Hi, friends. Welcome into the firm of Harris and Marang. Patrick Harris, yours truly. That's Danny Marang to my left. Casey Smith back there on the beats, holding it down for you. Happy little Friday. We made it, amigos. We made it. We made it.
Indeed, we did.
Happy to be here. Real happy to be here. I feel less mailed in than yesterday, too, so that's a plus.
Yeah? Which is weird because it's a Friday.
I know, and I really wasn't mailed in yesterday. It's just a bit.
I mean, I could tell you were.
You know,
I can feel it.
I really wish I could do bits. I don't know if I can do bits. I'm too stuck in my own ways.
Yeah, you'll get there. You'll get there.
Become faker and faker as the days go by.
Yeah, it happens.
I know you would think because I have so much acting background, it's like, oh, just fake it, man. It's like, I don't know. It sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
I could just be me.
That's the problem with you. You don't like to work.
You got it. You found me out.
Hey.
You found me out. You found me out.
You got plans for the weekend?
What am I going to do? I got Timbers on Sunday, an away game against Miami.
Oh, there you go. You actually get to see Messi.
Yeah. Not in Portland, but down there. I'm going to go to dinner tomorrow night with some really good friends that I haven't been out with for a little bit. I think we're playing it cool this weekend. It's not going to be nice, so no yard work for me. Shucks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dang it. Sorry, babe. It's pouring rain outside.
Hopefully, I mean, the weather's supposed to be at least okay for most of the day tomorrow, and I'm hoping it stays that way because we're doing the air show.
Oh.
Yeah, remember I told you I had the opportunity to go not be here today.
You sprung for the tickets, huh?
Yeah, I get
a little pricey.
I get one of those you put on the uniform discounts.
I could put on a uniform.
Not the one that gives you the discount.
Can't I just go to like a surplus store and buy that?
Definitely not.
And fake it?
Because here's the thing.
Isn't that the worst crime in America? Is faking military service?
Yeah, stolen valor?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'm not even a military bro, but I wouldn't go that way. Not even for like Halloween.
They actually make you show your ID.
Oh, really?
To get the discount.
Oh,
yeah.
Good.
And there's also there's a couple websites out there. ID.me is a website if you're a veteran that you can link into, and like big sites will use that for verifications and stuff like that. Like 511 Tactical, Fanatics actually does it. Fanatics gives us, I think, like a 15% discount, flat discount.
I got a grocery store by my house, and they always ask, like, any military discount? And I'm always like, no. But then I wonder, it's like, are you going to actually card me if I say yes?
Coastal Farm and Ranch. They've got a
Coastal Farm and
Ranch. It's a great jingle. Tiff gets on me because I don't just say Coastal. I always say Coastal Farm and Ranch. I say the whole name. It drives her nuts. But they let you, if you show your military ID or your DD-214, you can have it attached to your account, and it gives you a built-in 10%.
Well, I like that
on top of whatever else. And
I just told you I'm lazy. I love that.
Yeah, no, it's great. I had to do it once, and they're like, "Oh yeah, no, we can tie that to your account." And I was like, "Oh, word, cool." So I don't ever go like looking for them, but if they offer it, I'm always like, "Yeah." And I've got my ID in my wallet, so why not?
It's like me when I used to work in beer. I used to be able to go to a bunch of places and get free beer all the time. Just never ask for it. Yeah, just because I was in the industry. Mm-hmm. I got out of the industry, and it took about 6 months for nobody to remember or care who I was.
You're like, and you're gone.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. Which was kind of nice because, if I'm being honest, as cool as free beer was, there's a lot of like gatekeeping. There's a lot of like wannabe status in that world that I would say is one of my larger professional regrets of my life was investing too much in that status.
Good thing there's none of that here.
No. Well, I'm at the very bottom, and I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, so I've just admitted. I just acknowledged that. Although, technically, you should be at the top of the totem pole because the bottom of the totem pole is what holds it together.
Sure.
See what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like the anchor.
You are an anchor.
No.
You hold us all down.
I'm just hold you all down. Nice. You
can put it on the board.
I was hoping to be the little eagle at the top or the falcon, the bird at the top.
Oh, yeah.
And just be the one that goes, whee!
There you go. So just weeble wobble, fly away. I like it.
We got more important people around here to hold down this totem pole. We'll just let Patrick be the weirdo at the top.
Nice.
Whee!
Yeah, we got with the air show this weekend. No totem poles. Hopefully the weather stays good. And then I'm spreadsheeting my entire life. I got a wedding to plan. My lady's starting to bake. wedding's coming along, so I gotta lose some more weight. I've lost a crap ton. I gotta lose a little more so I can get that tight tux on. So I gotta do all the macros and all that stuff. And she saw me go just into another dimension yesterday with the spreadsheets, and she was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm in my happy place. Let me be just completely checked out, just like numbers."
Another professional miscue of my life, and maybe an adult miscue of my life, I am really, really bad at Excel.
Really?
I think I never attempted it.
Oh,
and
man.
so now, I mean, I understand it's base concepts, but trying to make an algorithm in a spreadsheet, I can't do it.
Oh, dude, I can.
I'm so lost.
I mean, I've shown you like the draft database that I have for everybody. I've talked about this on the podcast before. I have all of the NBA draft combine data that goes back as far as it can go. And I built in cells into it to where I can just click a drop down on anybody, pull up all their information, then overlay it by position and compare it against NBA averages year by year, vertical, all the drills and all the measurables. So like if you want to know what percentile some player from 2014's hand width and hand length is, and how it compares to everybody in that class, or how it compares to everybody in the NBA combine era, that way you can just kind of see it just in a visual representation in a radar chart, because I'm a giant nerd and I love it.
I've broken more spreadsheets than I've created.
That's an easy one to do.
Yeah, and I broke one once and was like, oh no, go back, back, and it wouldn't go back. It wouldn't go back any further, and I just got hosed. Just trying. Please, bail me out. Nope, didn't happen.
I've
And
done
then I
that.
had to go wallow to a boss who made it. Was like, I screwed this up, and they were just,
Yeah.
I'm out of here, bro. You're fired.
I always, anytime I'm doing anything new, or if I'm trying something that I've never done before, it's done in a copy. I always create a copy of it. That way I can't break that. And I will go save copy.
Mess with the copy, and then when you get that right, make that the real one.
No,
Or-
I will just copy and paste the formula over.
Okay.
That's how I always do it. That way I can't screw that up. And I'll usually do it on a separate sheet within the new one to make sure it works one more time before I move it into the main page. Because I am not a tabs person per se, in the sense of like their computer. I'm not one of those people that has like 100+ tabs open. I do have a lot.
I worked with a guy who was a head of sourcing at a merchandise company.
Oh, God, yeah.
So, I mean, he had to, but it would get to the point. He had 6 browsers with over 100 tabs each.
Oh, yeah.
We were like, dude, how do you know? He was like, you just get
You
there.
just know.
Yeah. Hey, I need to know about New Era hats. He's like, ooh, that's browser 3. That should be tab like 61. Oh, it's 62.
Yeah, you just do it. No, you just do it enough. You know exactly where stuff is at.
Crazy, man.
But as far as tabs in a spreadsheet, brother, you get into some of mine and they are 40, 50 long. Just page after page after page after page after page.
I am very good at organizing my inboxes. My emails are phenomenal. I do not have 1,215 unread emails on my phone.
And see, mine does, because they all refreshed. It did that whole thing where I think,
See, that's terrible.
yeah, mine's currently at let's see, I think it's 10,000 something, 10,247.
I have 3 email addresses, okay? I have a goof off one. I have a personal, that's like a personal goof off, a personal professional, and my work email, okay? Goof off has 2 emails in here. One is tracking. When that shows up, it'll be 1. My personal has 3. All 3 of those will be gone in the next 2 weeks.
So you keep it clean,
Clean.
like emptied out,
Clean.
You don't keep any like. I want to keep this for later. kind of
I'll
deal.
move that to a folder, but even that is
Okay.
like 9 or 10, because sometimes I just save receipts and put it on my computer.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then my work email is the biggest one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 emails, and 3 of them will go away after today, if not 4.
See, my work is.
I got 5 work ones, but I got 21,000 personal ones.
That's my guy right there.
21,118 is my number.
It's my weird OCD. I hate the notification number next to an app.
Oh yeah, no, I'm 100%
I can't
there with
stand
you.
that. I can't stand that.
The only one I have it on is my email.
And that's the one that people have that's the most egregious, and it makes me anxious. It makes me ginchy. Like I just kind of tense up a little bit.
Your monster generation and
Yes.
your inability to read text messages. I want to murder all of you.
Do you know that your phone?
Maybe we just don't want to text you back, Danny.
Brother, no. How many unread texts do you have right now?
0.
Okay, so you're not an inhuman
But an
under
e-
25-year-old.
but an email? Like I have.
No.
I got.
I'm-
half of these are spam.
No. I'm
Email-
with you there.
Email to them is like postal mail to
Yeah, no.
us.
Trust me. I totally get that. That one's fine. But Scooter Shea said something like, I got like 172 unread text messages. I was like, bro, what do you mean?
That's too many people having your phone number at that point.
But and just that, like, some people just like they have like social anxiety or something. Like, and the younger guys in the locker room all said the same thing. I was just like, what is wrong with you? Just check your freaking text message.
What I don't understand is how some of the youth is able to text with no uppercase letters, but still use punctuation. Like my phone automatically capitalizes the first letter when I text, and my daughter will text me back, and there's no capitalization anywhere.
Have you seen the new thing? The Youngs, they don't spell check anything, and if it's sent wrong, it's sent wrong. Like that's the new cool thing to do is just send it
To be
wrong.
dumb?
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh God, please don't do this to me.
I'm
Please.
sorry, you guys were the generation that shortened everything into abbreviations. We spell it out at least a little bit for you.
What abbreviations do we have?
I only use LOL. That's it.
Yeah.
You talked about ASL yesterday.
Yeah.
That is true. I don't even know what that is. I already forgot.
Age, sex, location.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I already forgot.
Yeah, we invented the internet. Deal with it.
Take it away from you, too, if we want to.
Don't blame us for then using more words than you guys use. That's crazy.
No. Just use correct spelling.
Those are my favorite things.
All you gotta do is tap the little underlines.
One of my favorite things Al Gore ever said. I created the internet, and I can take it away from you if I want.
Yeah, it's
that was a good bit.
I mean, he tried to actually do that. It wasn't a bit. He actually tried to claim that he brought it in. It's like, what?
Who did create the internet? God.
Hedy Lamarr.
It was God. God created the internet.
I think it's Stanford is the one that's credited with the first
Oh, really?
true line. It's one of the big tech schools. It's Stanford or one of the Ivy Leagues. Yeah.
Vint Cerf, Bob Kane for the foundational network architecture, and Tim Berners-Lee for the World Wide Web.
World Wide Web.
WWW.
Does it say what school they were at?
Doesn't say. No.
Because they did it as part of a school or institution.
In the 1940s, Hedy Lamarr and composer George Antheil received a patent for radio guidance systems that rapidly switched transmission frequencies. The spread spectrum principles Lamarr pioneered laid the groundwork for today's digital infrastructure.
There you go.
I kind of had this thought that as I Googled who created the internet, I was waiting for AI overview to say, me.
Yeah. It's like, oh no.
I did.
Oh no, it's Skynet.
Oakley Dokley, we got a great Friday show for you. A lot to get to. We'll have Jake Zivin, my boy from Timbers Fan, join us at 11:30. He's on the television call as the Timbers will take on Miami this weekend. You can catch that right here on the Fan. 3 p.m. kick, 2 p.m. pregame coverage. I'll ask the question, what the hell is wrong with MLB closers? We'll look at NFL schedules as well. But let's start in the association. The reports out of Milwaukee are not very favorable to this superstar right now. We'll go there to start your Friday. 105.1 The Fan and the Fan Sports Network.
The Fan Golf.
10:19 here, Portland Sports Leader. Don't you forget it, baby. We are live from the shadows of the historic Fremont Bridge. 503-864-6326. That's the fan text line. She'll let you interact with us throughout the entire day. You can also join us over on the YouTubes. 105.1 The Fan is the channel. Like, subscribe, jump in the chat. We're always goofing off over there. Just be nice to each other. A lot to get to this hour. We'll hang out in the association. We'll take a peek at the basketball games tonight. We'll touch in on a little bit of Blazers as well. Mostly pertains to this story that came out of Milwaukee-ish yesterday as Miles Turner was on a podcast with Brianna Stewart. To quote Brandon Sprague from this morning, the thing I learned today is that Miles Turner and Brianna Stewart do a podcast together.
Yeah, when I first saw it pop up, I was like, I saw Miles Turner at first, and I was like, oh, I wonder if he's talking. It's Brianna Stewart. It's not talking Legos. Okay, what's the connection here? I still don't know what it is.
Back it up. Talking Legos?
Oh, Miles Turner is a massive Lego dude.
Making like big Star Wars battle cruisers.
All of the big ones.
USS aircraft carriers and
massive
stuff.
Lego dude.
Oh, cool.
Game Recognized Game with Stewie and Miles is their podcast.
I like Brianna Stewart. Good basketball player.
Well, yeah, I mean, all-time college player.
Yeah.
Probably top 5 women's basketball college players of all time.
But Miles Turner decided to air the dirty laundry out of Milwaukee. Now, I think some of this is easy to kind of pin on Giannis a little bit, and we'll walk through some of it. I think it's probably more damning to Doc Rivers than any of it, but also kind of what culture can do. Miles Turner had multiple quotes talking about guys showing up late to meetings, no fines for tardiness, Giannis not coming to the plane till an hour after they're about to leave, 2 hours, and no repercussions coming from that, which kind of started me to ask the question, Danny, is Giannis toxic?
Okay.
Or has he become toxic in that situation? Because you can be toxic without being a toxic human being. You follow?
Yes. So let's roll this back, and before everybody's like, oh, these catered, it's like, yeah, they are.
Millions of dollar professional athletes, they're all catered. Every sport.
And here's the thing. There's levels to it. Some organizations run fast and loose. And I'm not making excuses for it. Some run fast and loose. They do. Some teams, they don't get there on time. And guess what? And they'll go out and win. Some teams are run like military prisons, and they lose. It's just, it's part of the deal. That's usually why coaches get fired. It's culture.
Mm-hmm.
And when things get maybe too loose or too firm. Tibbs, Spoelstra, Mazzulla, those are guys that'll kill you.
It's tight.
They will but there's also players coaches like Doc who will just Terry, Stotts, like guys that are looser and just kind of have a little bit of vibes and but it depends on the group.
Yeah, and there's some organizations that can't get away from whatever it had. Like the New York Giants, for example, in football. Tom Coughlin was a no-joke, no-mess-around kind of red-ass disciplinarian dude.
Fine you if you're late to practice, fine you if you're late to meetings, fine you if you fall asleep in meetings, all those kind of things.
And he took the Jacksonville Jaguars to an AFC championship and won 2 Super Bowls in New York. That worked out. Post Tom Coughlin in New York, it's been a struggle to find the right guy to fit in there.
I mean, look around in the NFL. There are guys that are militaristic and absolute psychopaths.
A guy that we talk about a lot on this show, Eric Bieniemy, very much a red ass, very much a
brilliant coach, but a complete pain in the ass.
How has he
gonna find you, be all over you type of guy.
How has he never gotten a head coach job in the NFL?
Because people wanted to paint it because he was black. It's like, no,
I think it's because
he's a jerk. That's why.
And the other guys, that's the different story.
And Milwaukee is kind of rolling with this now. Like they've had a ton of swings. They won a title, and now they cannot figure out the coaching thing. I think Taylor Jenkins will be a great hire for them.
And Giannis wanted Darvin Ham. Why? What is Darvin Ham? Is he a former player? Did he play for the Milwaukee Bucks? Do you think he's going to be just kind of like a real red ass? No.
LeBron James wanted Darvin Ham.
Why? Players, coaches. Players, coaches matter. Like, you see players, coaches win all the time. You also see complete red asses win. Nick Nurse is a complete jerk. He wears on people endlessly.
Harbaugh. Jim.
Yeah, both of them. They're red asses.
Are we going to act like J.J. Redick was the most likable guy in the league?
J.J. Redick's a complete psychopath. Jason Kidd is so disliked. Now, if Kidd likes you, 2 thumbs up. But guys hate Kidd. Like, this is the thing. Like, and going back to the Giannis of this, different stars, different treatment. We haven't even talked about it. LeBron James being pissed off about not getting a game ball earlier this week because it went to J.J. Redick because he got his 100th career win. He took that as a slight. Guess what, man? They're all prima donnas. They're all divas. They just depends on which buttons you're going to push with guys.
In the pantheon of importance, the 100th win for J.J. Redick versus the game where LeBron passes Kareem's record.
Mm-hmm.
What's more important?
Oh, that's got to go to LeBron. Wait, that's the ball that went to
That's
J.J.
the
Redick?
ball that
Pelinka
went to
gave it to
J.J.
Redick.
Redick.
Get the hell out of here.
But even then, it's like, but LeBron felt slighted by it.
I think.
Wouldn't you?
Well, just say,
I feel slighted by it.
but you understand what I'm saying? Like it can vary depending on what it is. Dame's catered to, but here's the thing: it's a different kind of catering because Dame sets the tone. And this isn't me kissing Dame's ass. This is just who he is. He's not going to be a guy who's late. You want to talk about a guy who's militant? I don't know if you guys have seen this on Twitter. It's resurfaced, and a lot of guys are talking about it. Damian Lillard's workout video. Damian Lillard's workout video is looked at as the top of the pyramid of workout videos because of the shape that he was in. The License to Lillard series that came out of that, it is the best. If you talk to NBA evaluators, Damian Lillard's pre-draft workouts were the best they've ever seen. Like, that's the level he was operating at. Dame is very tick, 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 tick. When he goes on the road, he's got his agent or his business managers with him. It's all laid out. The guy doesn't waste time. It's go, 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 go. D is the kind of guy, if guys aren't watching their film when they get on the plane, he's pissed, and he's going to let guys know about it. Like, but it's different leadership types. Sometimes it's better to have, like, do you think the Nova Knicks are out there just, very militant, or do you think it's a little looser?
With those three specifically?
Yeah.
Probably a little looser.
So
They know each other really well.
Are the Knicks winning?
They are winning.
They ordered Magic City wings after the first round.
Do you think Mike Brown is a real heavy-handed dude, or you think he's more of a player's coach?
Oh, I think he's more of a player's coach.
Are they winning?
Yes, they are.
So everybody wants to say, well, the culture's the reason they're not winning. It's like, maybe. And again, I'm not a big Doc Rivers guy. He's also he's the Hall of Famer still. Like, we can say that Doc has won a title and he's a really good coach and he's also blown series leads and all those kind of things. And also, Giannis wants to have his cake and eat it too, because he's a top 20 player of all time. Like, that's just... None of this stuff is surprising for fans that are hearing this. Like, oh, I can't believe this. It's the least shocking thing to me to hear, especially about the Bucks and Giannis, because they've already heard it. But the surprising thing is Miles Turner just airing every last bit of it out.
Yeah, and let's continue with this because I want to know if this affects the future of Giannis, if this is where we were under Doc, or is he learning bad habits, and does that sour your appetite for wanting him here in Portland? We'll stick with this Giannis story coming up next, but first we'll toss it over to Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by 808 Hawaiian Restaurant. Mixed plates like Grandma used to make if your grandma were from the Big Island. Woodstock, Burnside, Beaverton, or online at ate-oh-ate.com. First on the Fan, round 2 of the PGA Championship at Aronimink Golf Club in Pennsylvania is underway. Some important tee times for you as your current leader, Aldrich Potgieter. He teed off just after 9 a.m. He is sitting at 4 under through 4. Hideki Matsuyama has climbed his way up the leaderboard as he finishes his day at 3 under, posting a 67 in round 2. The group of Colin Morikawa, Victor Hovland, and Shane Lowry are finished up for the day as Morikawa, he finished the day at 2 over. The group of Brooke Koepka, Xander Schauffele, and Tyrrell Hutton will tee off just before 11 o'clock. As it stands right now, the project cut line is 3 over. Some NBA news for you as the Detroit Pistons hope to avoid elimination as they will take on the Cavaliers in Cleveland for Game 6 of the Eastern Conference semifinal later today at 4 p.m. And over in the Western Conference, the San Antonio Spurs hope to wrap up the series versus the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight at 6:30. And finally, your Portland Timbers face off against Messi and Inter Miami in South Beach this Sunday. Make sure to catch all your Timbers game day coverage on 105.1 FM and 1080 AM when pregame starts at 2 p.m. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe.
PGA Championship is underway. Rory McIlroy, Jordan Spieth, John Rahm, the featured group of God, is about 30 minutes from teeing off. We'll keep you updated throughout that through the day. Jason Day, 2 under for the first 2 holes today.
Jason Day.
I always liked Jason Day.
He is now 3 under.
When he had vertigo and all that stuff, I always felt so bad for him.
Dude, vertigo sucks.
He's also trying to bring back the crazy look of his outfits. At least he did at the Masters. It's not quite there yet. You got to really go. You got to either really do it or don't. Payne Stewart, John Daly, thing, or be normal.
Ricky Fowler.
Ricky's pretty good. I like the OK State orange on Sundays. Yeah. The Puma sponsorship randomly in golf.
They picked one. Puma. They picked one.
Yeah, they were like, we're picking one guy. We'll take the hotshot kid.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Who's now a middle-aged guy with kids and still no majors.
It's still so weird. He's getting so
good.
much older now.
503-864-6326 is the fan text line talking about Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks. Why did it fly under the radar so easily when the Dame and Giannis Bucks were first in the East at the All-Star break when they fired their coach, put in Doc Rivers, and the team took a dump?
Well, I mean, injuries piled up, but also they wanted to kill Adrian Griffin.
Yep.
I think it was around Thanksgiving or a little before that, Dusty and I were talking. I'm like, Adrian Griffin's going to be fired before Christmas. That's all I heard from everybody there was they're just, I don't know why they're waiting. I don't know why they're waiting. I think they fired him either right before or right after Christmas.
And it was Budenholzer who was the coach when they won their title, right?
Yes. Yeah,
and again, kind of like what I was saying about Tom Coughlin. He won a title but wore out his welcome quickly too because didn't they get rid of him the next year?
Yeah.
Won the title
after the next year.
After the next year, won the title, had a rough year the next year, and then they fired him.
Yeah, again, Bud's a guy that can kind of grind some people, but Bud was a winner everywhere. I mean, took those Hawks teams. The only thing they ran into was LeBron over and over again. I was like, well, have fun with that.
How does this affect the future of Giannis? Do you think this is just a situation of things not going well in Milwaukee this year, writing on the wall of it's probably time for Giannis to go? I'm healthy. They won't play me. He's not healthy. That's why we're not playing him. Or is this where Giannis has become? Because let's be real here, man. There's a lot of Blazer fans that would love, including yourself, that would love to see Giannis in a Trailblazers jersey. And I don't want to knee jerk and freak out really quickly, but I see this stuff and I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want that in my locker room.
I mean, that's why you have a strong locker room. I mean, you've got Damian Lillard, you've got Drew Holiday, you've got Robert Williams, you've got Jeremy Grant. Again, some of those guys would move in a deal, but you've got veterans that are in there that they know how to work, they know how to put it in.
And Giannis will go back to that. He won't try to big time anybody.
I mean, I think he would in a sense because he's a top 20 guy of all time, and there's a certain level that comes with that. But also, I think when you're winning, things can be a little bit tighter too. That's part of the deal. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I definitely think there's, number one, the team was just a complete and utter basket case. That part of it's very true. And when that happens, stuff goes off the rail. But even more than that, I think this is very much, it's not that it's being drummed up by the media, because Miles is the one who did this. Mm-hmm. This isn't the media digging.
I'm surprised the media hasn't run more with it. Look, well, I'm not watching the talking head shows, so I'm sure that's all they're talking about today.
It's front and center today.
And I don't mean it necessarily Giannis specifically, but the Giannis types of the world.
Oh, do you like top 10 players in the world? Do you like top 5 players in the world?
I do.
Jokic is one of the only guys that isn't that.
But that's because basketball doesn't weigh high on his list.
I mean, it does, but it's just different. Yeah. And that's what we talk about. Again, how lucky Portland is to have a guy like Dame. You just don't deal with that stuff. You just don't at all. So, and he is this is not rose-colored glasses or anything like that. He's different.
He is a different cat.
Genuinely different.
He once ate chicken wings at a press conference.
Dame is just a different dude.
I was talking about Giannis.
No, I know, but I'm talking about Dame. Dame's just different. Most stars aren't built like him because he's a guy who was a 3-star recruit who went to Weber State. And look, man, him and Phil Beckner, and they've said this publicly. When Dame was in college, they were walking in a hotel, and Dame complained about something, and Beckner told me, he goes, I told him, and I'll use the clean version of do you actually care? Because I don't want to work with you. And Dame had to kind of make a choice of like how hard he was actually willing to work. And I think it was his sophomore year, and over the next 2 years, like that's when everything clicked, and he learned how to work, and he learned the regimen that comes with being like an elite level guy. And Giannis did too, because remember, Giannis was this 6'9" scrawny kid. Like now he's this 7 foot absolute freak of nature, and like well, there's some stuff that probably aided him. Yeah, but
the largest biceps I've ever seen.
But also he put in the work. Like that's you can have all of the aids you could possibly imagine. You still have to put in the work. And so like you know that he does. Like there are guys in the league that, let's use Zion. Zion was sloppy and lazy. And he got huge. He was well over 330 pounds. He was a big boy.
On a body that was already a little delicate.
Yeah, and he's put in the work, and all of a sudden he looks more like he did when he was younger. It's like, oh yeah, so it's like I'm not afraid of it per se, but as much as I do believe the Blazers are going to pursue it, I think they're going to just be involved in a deal alongside him with whatever the third team is. That's ultimately where I think they're going to land.
I also wonder, to flip this on its head a little bit, let's take the Miles Turner side of this, okay? Miles Turner, I like Miles Turner a lot. I was really bummed as a pseudo-Pacers fan that he left there. But it sounds like he felt they didn't really want him, and so he moved on. And why not team up with Giannis, add another big on that team, and go dominate? I do wonder if there's a little bit of buyer's remorse from him of signing with Milwaukee, and now he's about to watch them tear it down to the studs and probably not move him.
Well, and so
he's going to be a part of a rebuild now, and he's probably not interested in that when he looks back at his ex-girlfriend who just married a doctor and has a chance to win the lottery in the Pacers of potentially competing and winning an NBA title next year.
But there's also, he's probably airing this out because he knows he's gone.
That Giannis is gone? Yeah. And maybe he doesn't have a great relationship with him to begin with.
And I'll tell you this, there are a lot of guys in the league that don't have great relationships with teammates.
Yeah.
And guess what? They still show up and they play and they work and it's like, not everybody's buddy on every single team.
Michael Jordan punched Steve Kerr in the face.
He knocked him out. Scotty and Jordan, not besties.
No, not besties. Look at them now. They like can't be in the same room together.
Like that's, to be honest, that's pretty normal. Like if you want to take it to a lower level, Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan on two different teams, they've had issues. Like
Draymond, Jordan Poole.
And Steph gets tired of Dre's nonsense.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like there's KD.
Some guys you deal with, like Steph deals with Draymond, may not be because of what he can provide now, but what he gave him previously. Like I owe you one.
How many friends do you have who the guys that you love drive you crazy?
Oh man, all of them. I hope you're all listening right now. I hate every single one of you.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah,
like, you're like, oh, God, come on, dude.
I always say, like, I save all my energy of hatred for people because I get pissed off at my own best friends enough. And I'm sure they get pissed off at me.
Yes.
I ain't the easiest cookie.
No, so, like, I'm not necessarily, like, if Giannis was lazy, that's a bigger issue to me. That's
you don't see this as laziness in terms of not going to film sessions, showing up to the airplane late, etc.
I think that's looseness and knowing what the season was going to be and kind of where things were going. And look, I've heard this stuff before. To be honest, I've heard Giannis for the last 4 or 5 years has kind of been a pain in the ass. But you know who you put up with that with?
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yes.
Luka Doncic. SGA, if they're a pain,
but you
deal with it with all of them.
When they're that good, you just deal with it.
Jokic, I have no idea what my future looks like. And you're like, whatever, dude. You're on a contract now. We'll take it now. We come back. Let's stick one more a little bit in the association as we'll look at the head of the games tonight. Couple pair of game sixes. Could be eliminations for two teams. We could have conference finals set. More to come in the basketball world. 105.1 The Fan.
The biggest.
Lot to get to in hour number deuce here. My boy Jake Zivin will hop on and join us at 11:30. Talk Timbers. They'll take on Leo Messi and Inter Miami this weekend. You can catch that game right here on The Fan. 3 p.m. kick, 2 o'clock pregame on the road in Miami. They haven't won in their new stadium yet. And funny enough, it's called New Stadium. Like their sponsor is like an NU or something like that.
Lame.
It's a nice looking stadium though.
I heard the boys talking about it yesterday, the new Chicago one.
Oh, yeah?
McDonald's sponsorship.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. It's like McDonald's Park opens in 2028.
I just watched the Timbers play Montreal on Wednesday, 2-2 draw that you heard right here on your home of the Timbers. That stadium's really cool. It's like an Olympic stadium. None of it was covered, and it was pouring rain.
Hey!
So they played in front of the tens and tens of fans at the CF Montreal Stadium.
When I associate good weather, I think of Montreal, Canada.
At least it ain't January. So a lot to get to in the second hour there as well. But let's take a peek at the games we get tonight. It's a Prime Video night, which I, for one, am always very excited about that. I like their pregame, postgame coverage. The relaxing bros in the big chairs talking about hoops, not talking about drama, not talking about bad referees, just talking about hoops. I kind of like that a lot.
It's me this time. That's weird. Volume on my laptop.
Right, we're Prime guys. Do we think Peacock is still the best, or are we Prime guys?
It's neck and neck.
Yeah,
they're both really good.
The desk at halftime for Peacock is not my favorite.
Fair.
It's Marika.
Mm-hmm.
I like her. I don't know if I'm in on T-Mac and Mello. I like Vince.
We know where I sit.
I like VC. I think he does a really good job.
I need Mello to not be stoned out of his mind.
Exactly. What I love about VC on that broadcast is you can see him look. Somebody says something and he'll look down and write something on a piece of paper. To
remember, yeah,
he's doing the job.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, and Melo's just kind of like, "What up, bro?"
I mean, he's ripped out of his
ball
mind.
Going hoop,
yeah.
bro.
It's like, look, man, most of you guys are high as a kite, but
just fine.
There's levels to this.
I'm high right now.
You can't be ripped. Just come on, man.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty ridiculous. But Detroit takes on Cleveland tonight. 4 p.m. is the tip for that. San Antonio, Minnesota at 6:30. probably give Detroit more of a chance tonight than Minnesota.
It's going 7.
Yeah, you think that'll go
Detroit's
7?
Cleveland's going 7. San Antonio's going to mop the deck with Minnesota.
Yeah, let's start in Detroit, Cleveland. Do you think this is one of those games that Detroit will just pull it out, or is it that classic NBA thing that I bitch and moan about of, we'll just go to 7 and Cleveland no shows tonight?
No, I mean, if you're Cleveland, you don't want to go back to Detroit. You've only won one road game all season.
And you haven't lost at home.
So, this is the hardest thing in basketball, closing out a team.
Mm-hmm.
This is the hardest thing in basketball is to close out a team. If you think either of these teams are rolling over, you're crazy because Cleveland does not want to go to Detroit for Game 7, and Detroit doesn't want to go home. I don't think this is – I very much think this is going to be a good game. And for Detroit, Jalen Duren, please show the hell up.
He's got to.
Because you have been a no-show in this series. Like, you have got to do it. Cade is averaging 24, 10, and 6.
There's not much more he can do.
Like, he's doing the damn thing.
And getting
Somebody
to the
else
line,
has got to be there.
And probably getting to the line 9 times a game.
He's been
minimum.
He's been a monster. He's been a monster in the playoffs. Somebody else has got to join him.
That being said, of closing out teams, but the Spurs are built differently. Mm-hmm. They kind of have they're rolling right now. I think it would take. I think if San Antonio doesn't win tonight, and we'll know if they advance or not come Monday, because both these series will be over whether they go 7 or not. If San Antonio goes out there tonight and loses a close game because Minnesota just empties the tank, I don't have an issue with that.
Yeah.
If
Minnesota's a good team. They've been in the Western Conference Finals last 2 years.
If Minnesota pulls away from this thing and kind of has their way and it's not a competitive game, I might ask that question about San Antonio. They've been such a fun team, as we keep saying, growing up before our eyes in the playoffs, that this is the game they need to win to prove to me they can go to the finals.
For sure.
I know you love them to win the finals. I'm still an OKC guy right now. But if they walk into Minnesota tonight and win by 15, that might change my narrative on how on the gap that I think there is between the Spurs and Thunder. I don't think it's a huge gap, but I think there's enough of a gap. But if San Antonio goes out there and just punches them in the face and walks away, that gap's going to close for me a little bit.
I mean, Ant Edwards is not going to go out there and go quietly into the night.
That's
not what he's going to do. I expect Ant to go out there and absolutely ball out of his mind. And who else is going to show up alongside him? Can you get a little more juice from Conley? Can Jaden McDaniels have one of his big offensive nights? He's not a guy that you rely on in that vein. You rely on him to be efficient, but you don't rely on the big explosions from him. But can he give you 24 tonight? Can Naz Reid have one of his big nights? And can Rudy do something?
Speaking of Jalen Duren, Rudy, I need you to do something.
Look,
different players, but
not
Rudy, I need you to do something.
But not even that. Like, I'm not giving Rudy Gobert a free pass here. But Wemby is that's a different beast. It's the same thing with Donovan. It's like, look, man, sorry your first playoff series is against that dude. But guess what? Guess who you're going to have to go through for the next decade. So start figuring stuff out.
I wonder if Finchie will mess some things around, because it feels like McDaniels sometimes is more efficient on the court when Ant's not on the court, but I don't know if you can afford to sit Ant for too long. They're going to have to figure it out together. The key for me in this game is Julius Randle.
Yeah,
that's my guy for this game.
I think you're going to see Julius, Ant, and McDaniels all play 40+. Like, I don't think those guys are sitting.
Leave it out in the open.
Unless they somehow just go out there and just rain threes, which they're capable of doing. Naz Reid, Ant Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, like, those guys can get hot.
Get 3 clutch ones from Mike Conley.
Mm-hmm. The Timberwolves are a team that can rain threes on you.
What do you think about that concept that I think it was Bill Simmons said the other day, of lowering Rudy's minutes, putting Nas out there and running small against Wemby?
It's not the worst idea. But when Rudy's out there, like, if I were Finchie, where I'd try to really punish with Rudy is when Wemby's not out there. But also,
we've been saying that for 2 series now. Yeah. It's not working.
Well, that's the thing. Is like, Luke Cornett's really good, and when they go small and they play all their wings, it's a difficult team to deal with.
And who's usually on the court when Wemby's not for San Antonio? Yeah. Dylan Harper.
Yeah, and Luke Cornett. Mm-hmm. Like, if you look at those guys plus minus in the playoffs, like, They aren't losing minutes when those guys are on the floor because they're really good.
Could damn near argue that Dylan Harper and Luke Cornett have been the MVP of their playoff run so far.
As far as the outside of Wemby, yeah.
Just what they're bringing to the table in terms of dynamics.
The ask is, lower, but what they're delivering is well above. Every single night, those guys are contributing.
I'll take Cleveland and Minnesota tonight.
You think so?
I'll take Cleveland tonight.
You're going opposite of me on both.
I think so. I think the clock strikes midnight. on Detroit. I think they've just played a little with too much fire, and it's maybe not their fault. Cade being out for as long as he was, leading in the playoffs, doesn't help anything. And I just think how much they struggle with an Orlando team who we both agree is one of the better 8 seeds we've ever seen, which is funny because the East is kind of buns. And I know I don't love Jim Harden, but I love Spider and Mobley. I think that team is a little deeper, and I think they pull it off. And Minnesota, because of my heart.
That's fair.
Not my head.
I'm going.
If I gambled, I'd take San Antonio. My heart wants Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm going Detroit and Minnesota. I think Detroit and San Antonio. Honestly, I think San Antonio is going to win this game by 10 or more. Spread right now: Cleveland 4.5, San Antonio 5.5.
I'd probably bet San Antonio to cover 5.5.
Oh,
that's a tight number.
Yeah, it's a closeout game. Sure. Closeout games are tough, and it's a closeout game on the road.
You want to win an NBA Finals, though.
Closeout games.
These are one of the steps you take.
win closeout games on the road.
That being said, and again, we'll circle back around on Monday. We'll know the conference finals matchups. That being said, even if Minnesota were to pull it out today, I've got no faith in them on Sunday in San Antonio.
Oh, yeah, no.
That place is going to be an absolute zoo. They'll probably do the tricolor thing again, and it'll be a spectacle.
But hey, I love series going longer.
Why not?
I love series going longer. Are you kidding me? Game 7s? Oh, I love me some Game 7s.
Coming up in hour number deuce, we'll have Jake Sivan join us. We'll talk a little Timbers. I want to ask an existential question of how to build a league. But let's start. Could your country's government ever just buy a team that's in trouble? We'll go there. We'll start there in the hour number deuce. 105.1 The Fan and 105.1thefan.com.
Ready or not.
From the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, round 2 of the PGA Championship at Aronimink Golf Club in Pennsylvania is underway. Some important tee times for you today as your current leader, Aldrich Potgieter, he teed off just after 9 a.m. as he is 4 under through 6. Hideki Matsuyama has climbed his way up the leaderboard as he finished the day 3 under through 18. The group of Colin Morikawa, Victor Hovland, and Shane Lowry are all wrapped up for the day as they teed off early this morning as Morikawa, he finished the day 2 over. And the group of Brooks Koepka, Xander Schauffele, and Tyrell Hatton are just about to tee off. And as it stands right now, the projected cut line sits at 3 over. Some NBA news for you, as the Detroit Pistons hope to avoid elimination as they will take on the Cleveland Cavaliers in Cleveland for Game 6 of the Eastern Conference semifinal later today at 4 p.m. And over in the Western Conference, the San Antonio Spurs hope to wrap up the series versus the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight at 6:30. And finally, your Portland Timbers face off against Messi and Inter Miami in South Beach this Sunday. Make sure to catch all your Timbers game day coverage on 105.1 FM and 1080 AM when pregame starts at 2 p.m. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the firm of Harris and
All right, hour number deuce here. If you're missing the first hour, you can download that, the Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app, wherever you get your podcasts. If you miss any of our programming, you can always go to the Odyssey app, the YouTubes, rewind, fast forward, except for in the future. For that would be impossible. This hour, we'll talk a little footy with Jake Sivan at 11:30. We have Web Gems as well, which is a great troll from a baseball team. Danny, both of these, a lot of this hour is soccer adjacent, but I mean it kind of having these conversations on a whole. You know me, I've been continuously following this Vancouver Whitecaps situation as the owners have acknowledged, look, guys, we don't have the money to build our own stadium. Public funding has not really gone through, and they are now open to selling the team. They want to sell it to someone to stay in Vancouver, and they are having a hell of a time doing it. I really, really respect the owners of Vancouver Whitecaps for kind of coming out and saying, like, guys, we can't do this. Mm-hmm. We've run our course. We can't do anything about it, but we want to do anything to try to help. There's rumors of them going to Vegas, etc. But what was interesting is the other day, the Canadian government had a meeting with MLS officials and Whitecaps officials to try to discuss how to make this work, which got me thinking in my head, for a club like Vancouver, which is one of 3 clubs in Canada for the MLS, and Canada is a very important cities in the MLS for its growth. The Canadian League is growing. They have their own domestic league. It is growing. But it made me wonder, in that kind of situation, if it were like the Toronto Raptors or the Edmonton Oilers, could the government ever step in and just buy a team? And to save it and run it and build a stadium, and then you own the stadium, kind of like how Paul sold the Moda Center back to the city, etc. Is that a viable option in sports?
No.
And por qué?
It's a foreign entity.
What do you mean? Oh, like by buying a United States league team?
Property, yeah. Yeah, absolutely not. And not only that, all of the things that are tied to that is, economical. Like governments, I'll go full political. I don't ever want a government owning something like that. I don't ever want a government owning a private enterprise. Ever.
Interesting thought that, like the Toronto Raptors are an American asset, even though they're based in Toronto.
Well, I mean, they are a part of a property that is run in New York, headquartered in New York. Like, that's no.
I don't even know what the rules are like on that. I'm just curious, like,
a league should never green like that.
If something if something was that important to the league and your local government really wanted to make it happen, then why not? It would save you.
How would it save you?
Well,
because the amount of loopholes you have to go through. Who's in charge?
Yeah.
Who gets to hire and fire? So now the general manager,
the president of the United States.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, so the general manager is a federal employee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hard pass on that, dog. Hard pass on that. The players are now federal employees? Absolutely not.
That's an interesting concept.
Absolutely not.
I wanted to air this out. I wanted to walk it out because I'm getting desperate over here, man.
Because if they own the asset, what do they fall under? Federal employment.
Do you become the national team, though? My tax dollars go to the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for the Packers.
That's what I mean.
I need my economy to do well, so I'm rooting for the Packers.
It's like, yeah, there's so many layers to this where it's an absolutely not situation.
I don't know how this team stays either. I mean, Vancouver can't be that bad of a market, right?
Well, for every Canadian team in every sport, they face major hurdles.
And what are those?
Taxes.
Oh, okay.
Significant taxes.
Like, talk to me about, like, Toronto Raptors players. Like, what sort of loopholes do they have?
I mean, none of those guys live there.
Yeah.
They do not want to live. I mean, one, it's Toronto.
I heard Toronto's dope.
It is for, 6 months out of the year.
Oh,
and the other 6 months, it's brutally cold.
It's cold.
It's very cold. Then you throw in, you're talking about tax rates well above 60%. Hell no.
Well, Bleak brings this up on the YouTube, and that kind of makes me ask that question. I mean, what about state-run universities? The LSU situation where the governor is in charge of basically hiring and firing employees. Can it not be something akin to that?
Well, the university itself is already run by the state.
Like the governor of Washington technically is the buck stops for Washington State University.
Sure. And who's a federal or who's a state employee? Head coach, not the players.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Yeah, if you start unionizing, do Wazoo players become state employees and not independent employees? Like USC players would be independent employees.
Because it's private school.
But Washington State would be state employees.
And then how does money go to it?
My tax dollars.
How does NIL work with that?
Oh, dang, dude. We just opened this up.
That's why it absolutely cannot happen. I mean, like, the rates for Canadian teams, for them to be able to turn revenue at different levels, like the Edmonton Oilers and Toronto Maple Leafs print money because there's never a seat gone. It's same with Montreal. Like, there's not, like, in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, there is nothing there. You go to Edmonton, like, during the season, that city shuts down for Oilers games. Like, that is
even more so than this town for the Blazers.
Oh God, yes.
Because it's everything.
It is everything to that city. I've been to Edmonton twice, and once during the winter and once late fall, and both during the NHL season. And man, it is crazy. It is absolutely bonkers. But your ability to turn revenue, not only with the taxes as far as like players are concerned, but the ability to turn revenue for what you own, like what property you own and what, the rules that come along with it, and entertainment districts and all the things we talk about in the U.S. that make sports ownership so valuable, those are all very, very different. And if you start getting governments involved in that, and the government's job is not to turn a profit.
Right. It's like when people bitch about the USPS. They're like, the Postal Service loses money every year. They don't lose money. That's what it costs.
That's what it costs.
It's a service for the citizens of America.
What is the fiduciary responsibility of a pro sports franchise above all things?
To make money. Well, then let's take this half step back. What if the local government decides that they want to own the stadium and they build it their way for their events, and then you decide how that thing is and you sign a lease and you rent that out however you see fit, that it doesn't have to be just a soccer stadium.
Sure.
It can be multifaceted. We talked about this yesterday with turf versus real grass. Like, you want the turf because you can have Taylor Swift and football there at a baseball stadium, etc. Why couldn't they just step in? Yeah, I guess I'd have to look.
They could do that. That part of it, I'm okay with, because land and land use, those are different things. Like I'm very, like, governments do that already. Like, not necessarily locally, but like BLM, your Bureau of Land Management, like Parks and Rec, like both federal and state and local levels, like those are already going. Those are smaller versions of that, but like Yellowstone National Park, like the government owns that land and it's turned into a profit center.
Do you know that my mom worked for the BLM for over 20 years?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of high up in Oregon, too.
There's a lot of BLM land in this state.
I did say that to somebody a couple years ago. I was like, yeah, my mom worked for the BLM for 20 years. And they said, Black Lives Matter's been around that long. I was like, no.
Bureau of Land Management, guys, come on.
No, a federal entity. The only problem in the Vancouver case, now that would be a very interesting thought. Everybody, has, and there have been a lot of people vocal in this town about not wanting their tax dollars to go to renovate the Moda Center.
But again, to make it local, the amount of money that generates for the region, like it's $700 million last year.
Now, Vancouver's public funding has been denied. Public funding versus outright funding, are those different?
How so? What do you
mean? Like I'm going to give you $700 million to upgrade, and they're like, no, I don't want to do that, but it would cost me 1.2 to build it on my own. Is there a benefit, or are they basically just the same thing?
They're just the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a matter of what, if you spend the 1.2, let's use the Blazers. Let's say Tom Dunn had all the money in the world and he Ballmer's it, then he gets to cut everybody else out of it. You don't get a say. Ballmer, like, LA is impossible to build in. Impossible to build in. And he was like, screw this. I'm going to spend more money than God, and you're not going to tell me a damn thing to do, because guess where I'm building this? I'm building right next to the Forum in Inglewood. Would you rather have me do this, or would you rather not?
I wonder how it works in Dallas, too, because I know Jerry's trying to get public funding to upgrade AT&T, but doesn't he own that place?
I think he owns a majority of it.
See, I think that's the tougher thing. Like, I understand bitching about your tax dollars going to an arena, but at least the city owns it. Like, you're giving $700 million to an oil tycoon who owns the Cowboys? That might be a bridge too far.
But the flip side of that, and this is where the
what does it do to Arlington?
Like, what does it do to the region? And you want to talk about a place that brings in the biggest shows, and how big is that stadium? What's the
It's
capacity?
the largest stadium in the NFL, I believe. I think it seats more than SoFi. More than MetLife.
So you're talking 80,000 plus?
Oh,
3 million square feet, 80,000.
Yeah.
80,000?
Yeah.
And I think with standing room, it gets close to 100K.
That's a lot of people coming in for a lot of events.
Yeah.
And it's the biggest events in the country. It's the biggest concerts, the biggest whatever, every single time that place is open.
Imagine if the Cowboys could win a playoff game.
Step into a Slim Jim.
And it's still full.
From the top rope.
But you know what I mean? Like,
it is still full.
It's a lot. If you want to take a look at something crazy, there's two cities in the world where if you look at over like the last 30 years how much they have changed, is the Dallas Metroplex and Abu Dhabi. You go back, oh God, not 30 years, 40 years. You go back to 1980 until now, and you see the pictures, the amount of investment and the amount of money and like the amount of the economy that has changed in those two cities, particularly around upscale living and investment into regions.
It's Vegas of the Middle East.
Yes, it's absolutely bonkers when you see how much has changed.
Build a city where you can't build anything.
Yeah.
Try me.
It's legitimately a desert. It's nuts.
A little adjacent to this conversation, it's about continuing to build leagues. We're seeing kind of NBA struggles, some MLS struggles, but also the benefits of being regional in other sports. Let's have that convo. We'll go there next. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. 105.1 The Fan. Jake Zivin, my buddy from Timbers Fan, will jump on here with us in about 10 minutes or so. We'll talk a little Timbers. But living in the MLS right now, Danny, I love asking these kind of existential questions with you just to try to get the grasp on another person's view that doesn't watch the league in a way that I watch leagues. And that led me to this question for you. I've been thinking about this all season long as we are now the home of the Portland Timbers, and I've been a fan of that organization for a while, and now I actually do some work with them, for us, with them, for them, etc. And when I look around the MLS, one thing that really concerns me sometimes is that it is a league, and Zivin and I talk about this a lot, it is a league in which people are diehard loyal to their fan base and their team, but tend to not pay attention to the rest of the league. I see that. You see this in college football a lot, right?
WNBA is very much that right now.
You see this in Major League Baseball a lot, okay? I watch my team, and I don't really watch a lot of the league. I am different. I watch a ton of baseball, not just my team. That's because I'm probably more in love with baseball than the average baseball fan. I start to see this a little bit in the NBA as well. Talking with Blazer fans out on the streets, if I meet people, run into people, and I will kind of, oh yeah, did you watch this game? And they, no, I really just watch Blazer games. And I think that's kind of hurting the NBA.
Yeah.
What the NBA has for their benefit is they are a longer established league. The MLS is in a spot now where I don't think they can grow until people start caring about the league. And I don't know how to do that. If the NBA is losing it a little bit, if the WNBA doesn't have it at all, let's take the WNBA, for example, in this as well. How do they grow if people are only watching the Portland Fire and maybe a Caitlin Clark game, but they're not seeing what Dallas is building with the Yukon girls or what Asia's doing in Vegas?
I think a big part of that is using the WNBA in particular is they're being stubborn and stupid. Just full stop. Instead of embracing what the NBA did with Magic and Bird, they refuse to embrace Caitlin Clark because they want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to, well, what about this? And what about this? And what about this? David Stern did it right. David Stern said, I've got these two, and we are going to brand the living crap out of the league off of these two guys and let everybody ride the coattails and raise the tide of everybody else with it. And MLS is doing this to an extent. If you go to ESPN right now and you click on the MLS tab, let me see how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of the top 9 stories are Messi.
And to get to the MLS page, you have to click soccer, and then you have to go over to leagues and cups and scroll to MLS, and it's not even number 1 at the top.
Name another star in the MLS that's not Messi.
I mean, we can do that
around other leagues, though. The layman can't.
No,
Son Heung-min is probably the second biggest star in the MLS.
Then probably what? Mueller?
Thomas Mueller, probably number 3. But do you know where Son plays for his national team?
Most people probably don't.
Yeah, he's South Korean. Yeah. Thomas Mueller, well, that sounds German. And he's a pretty famous
Might be
player.
Belgian if you're like, I could probably guess that one.
Well, Lewandowski does play for Poland, even though he played most of his life in Germany. But it's funny because baseball and college football especially, they thrive off that regionality. They thrive off the fact that the SEC only watches the SEC and maybe keeps tabs on the Big Ten a little bit. They don't care about the ACC. They don't care about the Big 12, the Pac-10.
But they're very good about hoisting up their stars. Just look at Paul Skeens.
Even beyond that, like both those sports been around for 100+ years. That's what it comes down to, is they have longevity. MLS hasn't been around that long. This is what, year 21?
Sure.
Something like that? Was it 04? 05?
I'd have to look it up. But yeah, that sounds about right.
It's the same for the WNBA?
1993.
93? Oh, I'm thinking WNBA. I'm sorry.
Sorry. The MLS was founded in 93.
Okay. I transposed the dates there. But it took a long time, you know? That is a very, very, very long time to kind of like get things going. And the MLS was kind of looked at like the USL originally.
WNBA was June of 1997 was their
97?
was their
God.
first tip-off.
God, it was that long ago, Lisa Leslie. Goodness gracious. But like it takes a long time to build that up. And the MLS took a really, really long time because the level of play just wasn't there. And it really hasn't been until the last 10 years. Yeah, you brought Beckham over. Yeah, you brought Zlatan over. And guess what? They were huge. They were huge for the league. They're starting, like, they bring Messi over. They bring Son over. They bring Mueller over. Like, they need to start bringing over guys earlier in their careers. Guys have got to, in the U.S., they're not going to settle for second. The MLS is what? 5th best league in the world? Prem, Serie A,
Bundesliga,
La Liga, MLS, Eredivisie.
I might argue the talent level in Liga MX in Mexico is better than MLS at times. Maybe not now,
Yeah.
but it's been close for a while.
But they're right there. There's 4 leagues that are very much above.
Yes, I will take the MLS over the Dutch league.
You would? Okay.
Yes, I would.
Just because they only have a couple of teams that you're like, whether
Yeah, it's a little more open over here. And in 2002, 2006 are great USA national teams and World Cup appearances, so that helped push the league really well then. A lot of those players were playing in MLS at the time. But like comparing it to the NBA as well, I feel like they are going in that direction. Now, can the NBA embrace being regional because the infrastructure is already built, or will it hurt the overall product if we're only watching? I live in Memphis and I only watch Grizzly games, and I don't care about OKC San Antonio.
And I think that's,
or maybe I do, but only in the conference finals.
I think that's always kind of been there. One of my favorite things is when Blazers fans, when they'll come up to me, over the years, and they'll want to talk trades. That's usually one of the biggest things.
That's the NBA in a nutshell.
Yeah, but they'll say, they'll throw out something, and they'll offer something just nowhere near the quality it would take to actually make a deal. Like, I'd give up this and this for that guy, or I'll go, that's not enough to get that guy, or I'll suggest another guy. Like, I would never give up that guy for that guy, and I'm just like, and that guy is 3 times the player they're talking about not giving up, and I'm just like,
Caleb Love is untouchable.
Yeah,
can't trade
it's
Caleb
a bit
Love.
of that, and that obviously that's the extreme, but it's one of those things, and I think that part of it is always going to be there with the NBA. That super close, because I think the NBA kind of does what you're saying. They kind of live in both worlds, the regionality and the broadness of it all. But it is becoming a little more regional. I think the MLS, to your point, needs to become more national. But the thing that they have to embrace more than anything is, it's not something they can control. U.S. players have got to be better. Mm-hmm. The U.S. will start caring about the MLS more when the U.S. has a Messi. When they actually have a legitimate U.S.-born superstar, then things I think will start to change.
They also play all overseas right now.
The best
better leagues.
Yeah, the best U.S. players all play overseas.
Well, let's bring in the voice of Sunday Night Soccer on MLS Apple TV. He takes the big game every week, and he'll be on the TV call for Timbers in Miami. It's my good buddy Jake Zivin, co-host of Timbers Fan, which you can catch right here on 105.1 The Fan and the Fan Sports Networks on Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. We'll talk them in Miami and the future of the squad as well. We'll toss to Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Stone Creek Golf Club, Oregon's best public course under $100. StoneCreekGolfClub.net. First on the Fan, round 2 of the PGA Championship at Aronimink Golf Club in Pennsylvania is underway. Some important tee times for you as your current leader, Aldrich Potgieter. He teed off early at 9 a.m. this morning. He is now 4 under through 7. Hideki Matsuyama has climbed his way up the leaderboard. He finished his day 3 under through 18. The group of Colin Morikawa, Victor Hovland, and Shane Lowry, they are all wrapped up for the day as they teed off early this morning. Morikawa, he finished the day 2 over. The group of Brooks Koepka, Xander Schauffele, and Tyrell Hatton are over on hole 2, getting things into full swing. And as it stands right now, the projected cut line is sitting at 2 over now. Some NBA news for you as the Detroit Pistons hope to avoid elimination as they will take on the Cavaliers in Cleveland for Game 6 of the Eastern Conference semifinal later today at 4 p.m. And over in the Western Conference, the San Antonio Spurs hope to wrap up the series versus the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight at 6:30. And finally, your Portland Timbers face off against Messi and Inter Miami in South Beach this Sunday. Make sure to catch all your Timbers game day coverage on 105.1 FM and 1080 AM when pregame starts at 2 p.m. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The Fan is live on YouTube.
We'll get to Web Gems next, everybody's favorite, but let's bring in my guy, Jake Zivin, co-host with me on Timbers Fan, which you can catch every Tuesday night from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Jake, thanks for joining this show. It's funny to talk to you this way, but I got one weird question to ask you. At this point, with how many Miami games you call in Miami, are you sure you and the wife don't want to just move to Miami?
We love Portland, man. I should have had an apartment, though. Probably with my work spouse, Taylor Twellman, just down there for the past 3 years. But, man, we know South Florida well. That is for sure. And this is a great game. I can't wait for this. This is perfect. These are like the two teams certainly that I've called most in my career, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I imagine there's always a fun little aspect to you when you see the Timbers on the schedule for you. Let's dive right into it. A 2-2 draw in a pretty rainy, sloppy CF Montreal game. They sneak out with that draw at the end, but you're on a short week. You're headed on the road again. You're not getting the benefit of coming back home, and you're taking on an Inter Miami squad with Messi, who have not won at home in their new stadium yet. Talk to me about the challenges of the short week and also coming into the reigning champs.
Oh, man. I mean, the challenge is Miami, right, and is Messi. The short week, Miami's dealing with it as well. You know, we did their game on Wednesday. They were in Cincinnati. It was a wild game, finished 5-3. Miami won. Miami was trailing 3-2 in the 79th minute and scored 3 goals late to come back and win. Evander scored a great goal for Cincinnati. But that would take a little bit out of them. That's a big game. Cincinnati-Miami has become one of the marquee games in the Eastern Conference. So both teams are dealing with the same thing and, a similar amount of travel. Obviously, Miami get to stay in their own beds now that they're back home, but they won't have an advantage, so to speak, in that sense. They're so good offensively, right? I mean, Lionel Messi is still the greatest player in the world. I think the doubters, the haters, right, that he's just doing this in MLS are going to find out in a month at the World Cup that he is still at an absolute elite level. And it's hard to stop him. He has 9 goal contributions, goals or assists, in the past 3 games, 3 in each. It's a task that so many have tried and so many have failed at, but it's what the Timbers are going to have to do. And look, while Messi is almost unstoppable in the attack, they are not great defensively. They've conceded, I think, the 4th or 5th most goals in Major League Soccer this year. So it could be a shootout, and it's certainly no, fait accompli that Miami is going to win the game. As you said, they have not won at home. And there's this kind of demon hanging over them of why can't they win in this brand new stadium? And Timbers will try to keep that trend going.
Jake, that's perfect there. That demon. Please explain to me the form of this Portland Timbers team, because I cannot for the life of me make sense of it in any way, shape, matter, or form.
Yeah, Timbers obviously have been inconsistent this year. They know that, right? The 6-0 win at Kansas City last week was thrilling and incredible, and I do think probably gave the team a big boost. I thought they played pretty well for a lot of the game in Montreal. Particularly in the first half where they were losing 2-1 at halftime. But I thought that first half was maybe the best that I've seen them play together on the road this season, even better than their win in San Diego. I mean, from the opening whistle, it looked like they knew what they wanted to do. They were combining well. They were creating chances. And the goals they conceded were against the run of play and kind of on quick counterattacks. I think the first goal was Montreal's first even kind of look forward in the game, and it's a great goal, and there's nothing you can do. But the Timbers were on the front foot for the first 10, 15 minutes. They scored 2 goals as well. I think the second half, I don't think they were as good as they were in the first half, but they did enough defensively, and they found a goal to get away with what I think is a decent point, especially considering their road form. And Montreal has actually been pretty good at home of late. But, yeah, it's an inconsistent team, right? And they're going to have to come out in Miami and play with the intensity, with the intention that they did in Montreal and that they did in San Diego, as opposed to what we've seen in other games on the road, right? Salt Lake, the main example where it was a tough day. So they are inconsistent, right? And that's something that this team needs to figure out, and especially away from Providence Park. They need to figure out how to be consistent. Doesn't mean they'll win every game on the road. Doesn't mean they should, but just kind of finding that consistency of performance and intensity, I think, is key.
He's Jake Zivin. Be on the MLS Apple TV call for Sunday Night Soccer. Also hosts Timbers Fan on Tuesdays from 7 to 8 p.m. with myself. I want to kind of ask you a little more existential question, but also related to the Timbers. As we see Finn Sermon gets a call up for the national team for New Zealand, I think something that's always really fun about the World Cup is when you watch players, whether it was Morocco 4 years ago or I think could be Canada this year, and you say, wow, I really like that player. What club does he play for? How important is it not just for the Portland Timbers to have guys representing in the World Cup, but for MLS on a whole?
Yeah, it is. It is massive. You know, you talk to people that played in the World Cup, and particularly the '94 U.S. guys, and they'll say, you know, playing in a World Cup and playing well in a World Cup will change your life. It will change your life as a soccer player. It will change your career and beyond that. I mean, you know, look at guys that are still all over the soccer media: Alexi Lalas, Eric Winalda, Marcelo Balboa, right, from that '94 World Cup in the United States. So it's a huge opportunity for Finn Thurman. I'm not saying from a United States perspective, but from a New Zealand perspective, they haven't been to the World Cup in a long time. It's hard. It had been hard for New Zealand to qualify for the World Cup. It's a little easier now with the expanded field, and now they just qualify from Oceania. But it's a big deal that New Zealand is in the World Cup. So Finn has a chance, both just from a personal perspective of capturing, you know, the love of his country, and then from a career perspective, because he's a young player, and you impress and you have a good game. Again, they're playing Belgium. You have a great game against Belgium, and all of a sudden, off that one game, your career can skyrocket. We've seen that happen in every World Cup. It happens all the time. And for Major League Soccer, like you said, it's going to be, this year we'll have MLS will have the most players they ever have in a World Cup. Over around 50, I think is the estimate. You know, we don't know exactly what it'll be because not all the rosters are out. That's great for this league. That's really important. You know, if Finn plays well, like you said, it will be all over the world. He plays for the Portland Timbers. They'll probably say Portland Timbers. They'll drop the because that's how they do it around the world, right? But he plays for Portland Timbers, and that's massive. And whether Finn's career continues in Portland and he has a long career as this kind of stalwart in the back in Portland, or whether at some point he makes a move overseas, you know, this World Cup will be massive for him. And I can tell he's excited. We actually just got off a Zoom call with him, you know, in preparation of this game, myself and Jillian Sakovic, our sideline reporter, and I could tell there's a little twinkle in his eye now that it's official. You know, it was never in doubt. He's a starter for New Zealand. But there's a little twinkle in his eye now that it's official and that it's done. And I'm so excited to see him play in the World Cup. What an experience for him.
Jake, bringing it back to the Timbers just for a minute here. With the international break coming, is there anything that you want to see from this Timbers team identity-wise? Do you want to see them be a more possessing team? Do you want to see them be a more attacking team? Do you want to see them absorb more pressure? Like when you look at this squad and you see it on paper, stylistically, how do you want to see this team kind of play going into the break and maybe have more of an identity when they come back?
Yeah, I think they need a couple good performances here in these last two games, obviously. You know, and that's something that Ned Grabavoy talked about a month ago publicly. You know, they're going to assess things during the World Cup break. It has not been the first half of the season that they want, of course, right? I mean, the Timbers are below the playoff line. This organization, this club has higher expectations than that. Everybody inside that organization will stay the same. Now, as far as how they play, I had looked at this team for the majority of the season, and I thought the best plan for them would be to kind of sit back, absorb, and hit on the counter because they have these dangerous players like Christopher Velda and Anthony and you know, Kevin Kelsey and DaCosta that when they get running, you know, they can be really dangerous. But the Montreal game actually, and the Kansas City game to an extent, have changed my thought on that because there were some really good kind of combinations in build-up and in possession. And I thought, okay, maybe it just took a little time. I mean, these guys still haven't played that many games together. You're talking, 20, 25 games? You know, with Christopher Velda on the team, DaCosta was injured for the end of last year, even though he was out there for some of it. He wasn't his best. He was injured to begin the year. They're still trying to figure out, you know, is Anthony the best option on that one wing? Is it Aravena, Kelsey or Mora up top? And so maybe they need a little time to figure it out. And I think we're seeing progress there. But to me, it's about good overall performances in these final 2 games before the World Cup break, both in the attack and in the defense. Is going to be really important to have some momentum, because then it's 7 weeks off, which is incredible. I mean, it's wild. This is going to be the new normal of having June off. But this is going to be a weird and different season, right? And we're going to come back, and the Timbers are going to have 20 games left, which is well over half of the season, almost to kind of start anew, right? And have another preseason and kick on and try to make a run to the playoffs after this World Cup break.
He's Jake Zivin, will be on the call for Timbers as they take on Inter Miami in Miami on Sunday Night Soccer. You can hear that game right here on The Fan, your home of the Portland Timbers. Jake, have a great call. Travel safe. I will see you when you get home. I love you. I miss you. Have fun.
Man, I miss you too. Missed you on Tuesday. See you on this upcoming Tuesday. We'll break it down on Timbers Fan.
Thanks, buddy. See you later.
Thanks, Rick.
That is Jake Zivin, MLS Apple TV play-by-play guy. Again, hosts a show with me, just a fun dude, real smart. They're the big duo for Apple TV. It's him and Taylor Twellman. They get the Sunday night soccer game, which tends to be a lot of messy for reasons understood. And he always gets a little glimmer in his eye when he gets to call a Timbers game. If you're my work wife, he's like my work mistress.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Good-looking guy, too.
I mean, look, you could do worse.
Good-looking dude.
He is.
Yeah, I'm proud of that.
And he walks in here always dressed real well.
I know.
I'm walking out in like gym clothes. I'm like, can you not?
When we come back, everybody's favorite Web Gems, 105.1 The Fan.
The new home.
right, this is everybody's favorite Web Gems. Do it every day at 11:45. Coming up in the Big Nooner. I'm going to ask the question, what's wrong with MLB closers? You guys got too much time on your hands? Because y'all keep stepping in it, and you probably need to stop. And then we'll talk some NFL schedule. Actually look at some of the primetime winners and losers, but also schedule release videos. And some of them hit pretty well. So a lot to do in the Big Nooner. But Web Gems today comes to you via, well, actually my baseball squad. They are getting ready to take on the Cincinnati Reds. And this came across my timeline, and I find it really hilarious. You know, I have spent time in the Cincinnati airport.
Which is where?
In Kentucky.
Hey.
And as they are getting ready to take on the Cincinnati Reds, their social medias team went through the Guardians clubhouse and asked them, where is Cincinnati?
Where's Cincinnati at? It's in Kentucky, right?
Kentucky. Right in there.
What state is that?
Kentucky.
I'm pretty sure Kentucky, right?
It's right near Louisville.
This one?
I think Kentucky.
It's right here in Kentucky.
That's the best thing for Kentucky.
It's right here in Kentucky.
Ain't in Kentucky?
It's in Kentucky, right?
Well, it's in this, but it's Kentucky, bro. That's Kentucky.
That last one is Jose Ramirez.
Kentucky, bro.
It's in Kentucky.
Posey decked him.
I like how thick his accent is, and it's kind of got a little like hardness to it.
Look, Kentucky, bro.
But I a little like New York meets Dominican. But we need more of this, dude. We need
Remind
more
me,
pettiness.
What state is Cleveland in?
Ohio.
Oh, weird.
What state is Cincinnati in? Kentucky. I'm now starting to believe that Cincinnati's in Kentucky.
I mean, they don't like it's you know, it's a little big brother, little brother.
It's too bad that those interstate rivalries in baseball aren't as big as they are if you don't play in the same division. Like the Dodgers hate the Giants. There's no way around that.
Yeah.
And Padres fans hate the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers kind of little brother them a little bit.
They do.
But when you're in the same state or in the same kind of region, but you don't, like the Cubs and the White Sox, they don't care about each other.
Oh, I mean,
but they should.
Raiders and Rams when they were both in LA.
Oh, nobody cares.
I mean, the Rams were god awful. We called them the Lambs. Like nobody cared. That's always weird. It's like, how are you like in a different like conference or league? Like how is that possible?
Like, do the Astros hate the Rangers? They're in the same division.
I'm sure there's probably some.
But is Texas big enough that you're just like, I don't care?
Probably. I mean,
because the Rays and the Marlins, they should be like, no, you suck more. No, you suck more.
St. Louis and Chicago are close to each other.
Yeah, but Cardinals don't care about White Sox.
No.
Obviously, Cardinals and Cubs are huge enemies. Yeah. But the Twins and the Brewers
Yankees,
don't care
Mets,
about each other.
Subway Series.
Yeah.
Subway Series, there's some good stuff there.
Yeah, Subway works. Freeway Series in LA has no juice. No juice.
They've never really been good at the same time.
Which is so dumb because the Angels used to have Shohei Ohtani.
Weird.
How do you not do this?
You would think, but it's like, you know, you would think it would Red Sox Yankees it a little bit.
Yeah, why not?
Bambino 2.0.
Totally. Well, I like it. I'm here for more baseball trash talk, and I think
Kentucky, bro.
Speaking of guys that sit around and have nothing better to do, why not troll people?
I mean, look, baseball is the talking game for a reason. You got a lot of time to just sit around and chill.
That's why going to a game is so fun. Just sit around and chill, bro.
Have we had a hot foot yet this year?
A hot foot?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
When they take the matches together and tape it on somebody's shoe and light it?
Can't say I've seen that.
Oh, yeah. They take some chewing gum. They grab a pack of matches.
And bundle them all together, and then you take one and light the others.
And then someone's got a hot foot.
How have I not seen this?
You've never seen a hot foot?
Wow. My baseball card is being revoked
buddy,
right now.
That's an OG prank.
By the way, Guardians, $20 to win the division. Looking pretty good right now.
Bet placed?
First place. Yeah. Pays out 103 at A-Lane A.
There you go. I still got to cash my Michigan ticket.
Yeah, you got a year.
Yeah.
You got a long time before you have to, yeah. Send it to me.
I'll find a way. It's a nice little...
Take the fiancé up to a nice dinner up there.
You know what? Actually, somebody mentioned to me the other day, they were like, you guys need to go out to dinner on the top floor at A-Lane A. And I'm like, you know what? That ticket will definitely cover that dinner.
I can't believe you made that good of money off that.
I got it at, plus $450.
Dang.
I did it before the tournament started.
Yeah, that's the big help. You would have got no money in the Final Four off of it. No. Maybe probably not even in the Elite Eight. They were rolling by then.
Yeah, no. I when I saw it was plus 450, I went, yes, sir.
Let's roll into the big nooner. We'll stick with a little baseball. Ask the question, what the hell is wrong with you guys? Figure it out. Quit stepping in it. One more hour to go. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. 105.1 The Fan.
That I know good changer. That's very good changer.
Thank you, Pop.
I'm Pat Boyle here to help you beat the most of Western One Sports. Caps Pistons Game 6, and I think Max Strus is in for another big night off the bench. Cleveland starter Dean Wade is basically irrelevant. I don't know why Kenny Atkinson even bothers putting him in the starting lineup. Strus finally played over 30 minutes for the first time in this series last game and dropped 20 points with 8 rebounds. He gives the Cavs a much-needed three-point presence, solid defending, and rebounding. Strus should play at least 30 minutes again tonight, and I like him to go over on his points plus rebounds. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Window Nation is proud to serve homeowners across Portland and the surrounding communities. Hey, it's Rob, and I can vouch for the Nation. Good people of all local crews who live and work here in Portland, ready to install new windows for you. Right now, buy 4 windows and get 4 free, and you can get no money down plus no monthly payments or interest for 2 years. Free no obligation quote at windownation.com. Tell them you're bros with me. They may even hook you up with some Thorns tickets. Best in the business, windownation.com, license number OR 249065.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic. Could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did.
From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, round 2 of the PGA Championship at Aronimink Golf Club in Pennsylvania is underway. Some important tee times for you as your current leader, Aldrich Potgieter. He teed off just after 9 a.m. as he is now 5 under through 9. Hideki Matsuyama has climbed his way up the leaderboard as he finished the day 3 under through 18. The group of Colin Morikawa, Victor Hovland, and Shane Lowry, they're all wrapped up for the day, but Colin Morikawa, he finished the day at 2 over. The group of Brooks Koepka, Xander Schauffele, and Tyrell Hatton are over on hole 4, getting things into full swing. And as it stands right now, the projected cut line sits at 3 over. Some NBA news for you as the Detroit Pistons hope to avoid elimination as they will take on the Cavaliers in Cleveland for Game 6 of the Eastern Conference semifinal later today at 4 p.m. And over in the Western Conference, the San Antonio Spurs hope to wrap up the series versus the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight at 6:30. Finally, your Portland Timbers face off against Messian Inter Miami in South Beach this Sunday. Make sure to catch all your Timbers game day coverage over on 105.1 FM and 1080 AM when pregame starts at 2 p.m. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of dirt and spray.
Two down, one to go here. The firm of Harris and Marang. We do this bad boy every single Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thank you for being a part of our day. We are stoked to be a part of yours. After us, like always, we toss it to Duck Insider from 1 to 2, and then it's the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson from 2 to 3 in prime time. Asachi and Sukanik from 3 to 7. Started with the boys this morning. Dirt and Spray from 6 a.m. Finishes up 13 hours of live, local, continuous regional sports talk radio. We'll get to the NFL schedule this hour as that was finally fully released, and teams had some fun with their release videos. Plus, we'll look at some primetime winners and losers. As a guy who watches more and more NFL, I still get stuck loving primetime games. Like Monday night, I don't know if I'm on the Jets Panthers on Thursday night. But if you give me Baltimore, Buffalo on Monday, I'm in. I'm hooked.
I'm here for Sunday and Monday night NFL.
Oh, I love Sunday and Monday night NFL.
I am not here for Wednesday. I am not here for Thursday. I am not here for Friday. I am not here for Saturday. I am not here for any of those. I do not care.
Sundays and Mondays, baby.
Sunday and Monday football. Just give me that. It's not because I don't love football. I'm just sick and tired of these weird short weeks that mess everything up. The season hasn't started yet, Harris. They're already doing no. Wednesday football is actually good. It's like, no, it's not. We all know Thursday football already sucks.
Danny's already mad and the season hasn't even started.
Well, the NFL is already doing they're already doing a counter push to more Wednesday NFL. I'm just like, we don't want nor need this.
Thanksgiving Eve, babe.
It's so dumb. Look, Thanksgiving Eve, fine. Because everybody's just chilling anyways or you're traveling.
It better be a night game.
Yes, but regular Wednesday night football, we don't need that.
We barely need Thursday night football. The problem is that we watch Thursday night football.
And it's not because I don't love football. It's because the product sucks.
So we'll take a peek at that, plus have some fun with teams as they did their release videos, including your Raiders, Danny. Might be the leader in the clubhouse.
They did well.
But I asked this last hour leading into this. We've got another closer in Major League Baseball who has stepped in it. Sugar Diaz, the closer for the Los Angeles Dodgers, who's on the IL right now until the All-Star break. which stinks if you have him in a fantasy team. That wouldn't be me. I would never be stupid enough to draft Edwin Diaz. No, never. He is found to have been participating along with some jockeys, including a couple brothers who are racing in the Preakness coming up here, to be involved in rooster fighting in Puerto Rico. Now, Puerto Rico, some interesting legalities to send your way. In 2019, it was cockfighting was officially banned. The practice in all U.S. states and territories, which would include Puerto Rico. In 2021, the United States Supreme Court declined to hear a challenge to the federal law brought by a group that argued Congress exceeded its power by applying the ban to Puerto Rico. Now, local officials have continued to resist the ban, treating it as a local cultural tradition, which I understand. However, it is heavily illegal in the United States, and I'm curious if Sugar Diaz, while he will not face the things that Emmanuel Clase will face, I wonder if this is any trouble for him down the line.
My own thoughts on it notwithstanding, I understand the cultural part of this.
I think I do too.
Go to Spain.
Not my cup of tea.
Go to Spain. Bullfighting's still a thing. Like it is a cultural thing. And just, again, your thoughts on it, your thoughts on it, I get it. Not my thing. It's like dogfighting.
Definitely not
very
my
much
thing.
Against it. Look, there's videos out there in the Middle East, throwing snakes in a pit, throwing scorpions, and a lot of military veterans betting on those things. Happens. That feels like a little bit of cultural overreach. It's not a state. You know what I mean?
It is a U.S. territory. It is illegal.
I understand it, and I'm not saying it's right for anybody out there, but I get it, man. Like, South Carolina Gamecocks, the Spurs, guess what them Spurs are for? Guess where that name came from. Yeah, it's like, it wasn't just to be there to be pretty.
Yeah. I'm curious what Major League Baseball will do, if anything.
There's a real big rug to sweep those things under.
I think so as well. Dude, I saw like a Facebook post that literally had Sugar Diaz in a Dodger uniform that was like, come down February 6th for cockfights in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and you will be hosted by Edwin Diaz, pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, they're definitely going to tell him to stop doing that. Definitely going to tell him to stop doing that. But it's a tricky spot for baseball because I think one of the best things, we were laughing about Jose Ramirez in that in our Web Gem segment.
Kentucky, bro.
It's the guys in baseball that have the flair, especially from countries that aren't the United States,
for sure,
are so good for the game and such an eyeball crowd pleaser that I think it's a fine line you have to walk in telling them what they can and can't do.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, as old and fuddy-duddy as I have always been about baseball, I have never been an anti-bat flip guy.
I thought you said you were an anti-bat flip early on.
Maybe I was, but I've come around to it because I've learned.
Bautista did it so good.
And I don't like Jose Bautista at all.
Nobody's pimped a bat harder than Jose Bautista.
That I think it took me a little while to realize the value of the cultural significance of players, whether you are flamboyant and wild like a lot of the Caribbean guys are, or if you are methodical and patient like a lot of the Asian, Japanese players can be, or if you're just crazy white boys that hit 500 home runs from the Americans. That I have loved baseball because it's always been a cultural flair.
Yes.
The tough thing is this is illegal. That's the tough thing. It's a cruelty to animals, which is why I am not about it. I'm not a bullfighting guy. I'm not a cockfighting guy. I don't want to see dogs fighting. When all that stuff, like, people get really mad about Michael Vick, I get equally as mad about Quintel Woods.
Oh, yeah.
He is my number one worst blazer of all time.
I mean, I'm a massive dog guy.
I don't care if guys are smoking rocks in the alley. You can't be doing that.
No, I'm right there with you. But it is like, and you want to say, well, it doesn't agree with your culture, so, it's very disruptive and all those things, as it's evil, it's like that. It's like, man, in their culture, it's not. And you've got to understand that. And you can say, well, they need to learn. It's like, you need to chill. Like,
I think you got to case-by-case base it.
Yeah.
Like, if it came out that an Asian player was eating shark fin,
Mhm.
that is massively illegal.
Mhm.
But it's been a part of an Asian culture for a very, very long time.
Dude, I was in Japan
I've heard
20
it's
years ago. I
delicious.
had shark fin soup.
Is it good?
Yeah. Whaling.
Yeah.
They all
Great point.
the anti-Japanese whaler ships that are out there, and the Japanese do? They throw two birds up, and they got their big water cannons to shove away PETA and all the other anti-whaler ships. They're just like, we don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Go away.
Probably helps that Sugar Diaz is on the IL right now, too. So he's not, like, going out to pitch tonight for the Dodgers against the Giants
You can
in a
just
big
kinda
series.
push that away.
You can just kind of push it away.
It's the Bugs Bunny when he puts the other character under the rug, and it's this huge lump, and you just smash it, it's completely gone. It's like, yeah, well, where'd it go?
Never heard of him.
Well, again, where is Diaz playing now?
In LA.
How dominant is that market in Central American, Dominican, Caribbean,
large
Spanish culture?
Large.
How much of that market is going to care?
Probably not much.
It's a real easy place to go and just keep it moving.
At least you ain't gambling.
No.
At least you ain't throwing pitches in the dirt to make your buddies a couple $100.
Mm-hmm.
That's way worse.
Well, was it like $5,000?
Something. 5 to 12 grand total. God. Yeah.
That's an addiction, bro.
I'm just going to give my friends money.
That's Sorsby.
That is Sorsby. Dude, Sorsby's a wannabe Class A. Yeah, how you like that?
Live betting balls and strikes. It'd be hilarious. It would be hilarious if he was live betting balls and strikes with Class A on the mound.
That would be really funny.
Oh, God, please let that happen.
That would be really funny.
Please let that happen.
Look, I'm loosening up a little bit on my gambling situation. I just mentioned that I've got a ticket on Cleveland winning the division this year for the third year in a row. Stephen Vogt, manager of the year, third year in a row. I will never, ever in my life, Danny, live bet balls and strikes. Maybe if we are just being stupid about it.
Sure.
Laughing about Brendan Sorsby or Emmanuel Clase.
Flipping a quarter back and forth.
Sure.
Yeah.
But never for real.
No.
For entertainment purposes only.
What was it? It was like 20,000 bets that he had placed or something like that? Sorsby?
Yeah.
It was an obscene number of bets. And it was just like, oh, buddy, that's a sickness.
I'll see you on Sunday, buddy. Come on down. Get out of college football. It's for the children anyway.
See you later, bye.
When we come back, let's touch on the NFL as they have released their schedule, and teams had a lot of fun with videos yesterday. We'll talk to you about the best ones and some matchups down the line. 105.1 The Fan.
The Fan.
Join us June 23rd as Toyota presents the Fan Golf Classic at Langdon Farms Golf Club. The afternoon round is sold out, and we got, I think, around 5 foursomes available for the morning round. It's the most fun day in golf with activations and tastings around the course. The infamous Angels Envy Bourbon Par 3 6th hole, where all of our hosts, Dirt, Sprague, Danny, Luke, Isaac, Suk, and myself, will be posted up to heckle and admire your shots. Of course, we'll keep you fed with a post-round meal thanks to Matt's Barbecue. Head to 1051thefan.com and click on the Fan Golf Classic logo for information and to sign up today. The Fan Golf Classic, presented by Toyota, is also brought to you by Vulcan Design and Construction, Henderson and Daughter Windows and Doors, George McCoy at Warren Allen Attorneys at Law, Battery Exchange, Maestro Dobel Tequila, Your Neighborhood Restaurant Group, Philbrook Law, 1-800-DIVORCE, Roto-Rooter, Illegal Mezcal, and Window Nation.
Hosey decked him.
It's pretty great.
It is.
I don't know why mine sounds like a falcon, but
No, you were going for bird. I wasn't going for a bird.
I know what you were going
I know.
for.
I had a very intrusive thought, and I had to share it with Casey. That's why I was giggling.
Oh,
It was.
I heard you guys talking in my ear.
Sorry.
I was not very happy about it.
No. I had a very intrusive thought, and it had to be said, and I could not say it on air.
There is a lot of those. It's one of the most famous episodes in The Office when Michael says that he is going to retire from comedy, and Jim goes, "Does that include That's What She Said?" And he said, "Yes." And he goes, "That's tough. You always left me satisfied. This has to be really hard." And he gets to a point where Michael can't hold it, and he says, "That's what she said."
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to let it out.
Somebody had to hear it. Somebody had to hear it, and I couldn't say it on air.
You talk for a living.
I couldn't say it on air. So I got very close to the microphone so nobody could read my lips.
But the fact that you couldn't wait, and then you could have shared it with me, because now I don't know what it is.
See, that's half the fun.
For you?
Yeah, and Casey. See, he's giggling right now.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
You got fart
This
jokes.
just feels mean.
You got fart jokes over here. Is that what we got going on?
I thought he at least heard it.
No. We can't hear. We can't hear anything. If we go into the talk back, you can't hear a word. I'll tell you in the break.
All right.
I'll tell you in the break.
NFL schedules were released, and we'll actually take a real look at those here in a moment. But I wanted to see, I don't think I've seen every single one of them, but I've seen some of the good ones. The Chargers taking a nonchalant shot at Mike Vrabel. I love that the league was like, we will not serve any discipline if you make fun of the most scandalous story in our sport right now.
Yeah.
If you have to mention the elephant in the room, the elephant is in the room.
Yes. We're not doing the blinders thing, but no, the Chargers social media team is kind of the gold standard in the NFL. They do really, really good work, and they push the envelope. It's all edgy and all that kind of stuff, and it's fun. It's all done in jest. And was it 2 years ago they took a shot at basically like every team in the league? It was like, yeah, you can do that. Like you have carved out that space for it. The Trailblazers for years had Amara Baptist who was running their account, and she won awards for it. She was absolutely phenomenal. I like when you have somebody who's very, very good at it, doing the engagement and having fun with things. Like those are the things that really pop off. Like get behind it.
I really enjoyed the Tennessee Titans as they went to Broadway and asked people to name the teams.
3 straight years they've done that now, Case? Does that sound right? The Titans have done that? Where they've gone to Broadway with the signs?
That sounds about right.
Look, if it's working, you don't have to go away from it. It's absolutely like, hey, I got the ISO's working. Bring me the ISO. Throw it up. Clear it out, baby. Let's keep running this back until they can stop it. Because for those that don't know, Nashville is Nash Vegas now. It is like one of the biggest tourist destinations in the entire country. So
I've been there.
So if you pop up on Broadway, which is like the main strip where you see everybody at, all the country bars and the concerts and stuff like that, that's where they're at. And they post up on that street corner and they show them pictures of different team helmets. And the answers that come out of people are absolutely hilarious.
Some of my favorites were they showed the Baltimore Ravens and somebody said the Baltimore Orioles. Close. Give you a little credit on that.
It's the city's correct. And it's a bird.
I will give you
That's
that.
That's not bad.
The Cincinnati Bengals were the Boston Bearcats.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that.
I like it when they make it up entirely.
This group of ratchet girls called the Steelers the San Francisco 49ers, or is it the 69ers? I don't remember which one it is. which I thought was interesting.
That's nice.
One guy had the Cleveland Browns. It was just the helmet, and he said, "Isn't that just the generic NFL logo?"
He's a big Rob Lowe fan.
My favorite was said Ratchet Girls came back with the Indianapolis Colts. They were like, "Come on, this is easy, Dallas Cowboys," because it was the horseshoe.
Colors the same.
Colors are similar. Horseshoe.
Cowboys. You can at least.
I can walk into that a little bit.
You can. A lot of them, like, you can understand it. Like, I see where your brain's going. But man alive, some of these, like, these are like the biggest brand, like outside of like McDonald's and Nike, these are the biggest brands in the country. How do you not recognize some of these, like, even if you're not a sports fan at all? It's like
the Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys, man. Like, that's
Don't we all know the NY is a Yankee hat?
Yeah.
Don't we all know that?
That's pretty iconic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you those are up there.
And the Oscar for best schedule release video goes to the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, baby.
Leaning in to Fernando Mendoza and Kirk Cousins being the lamest, cringiest white dudes to ever walk the face of the NFL was genius.
Can Mendoza be a white dude?
I don't know.
He's Cuban.
Is he?
He went to Cal.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was Cuban.
That's where
he went to Berkeley.
Yeah, I know. But, I know. And Indiana.
Look at this guy.
I'm just saying. But Kirk O'Chains and the Nandalorian nailed it. Just
Step
went
Bros.
full Step Brothers.
Step Bros is pretty good.
Killed it.
Pretty good.
Off to a good start.
I think it's perfect. The Raiders are going through kind of a little bit of a rebrand right now. It is strange. I mentioned this to you before we started the show. It is strange to think that the team with the most iconic, violent fans and players and punch you in the face, kind of the black hole mentality.
Go in the black hole, come out stabbed.
Has the cringiest white dudes running the quarterback room you've ever seen. And they're leaning into it. It's great. Let Max Crosby be a psychopath.
Yeah.
Let Fernando and Kirk be your uncle and cousin who run youth group and sermons at the church.
Go down the history of the Raiders. Offense has been full of nice guys. Tim Brown, Marcus Allen, Rich Gannon, like a lot of real nice, high character, high class dudes have been on that offense. That defense is full of absolute psychopaths who would kill people.
Yeah.
That's what that defense has been for, throughout especially in their heyday years. Like, Autumn Wind and being a Pirate, that came around because they were nasty.
Did anybody have a bad one? Did you guys see one that you were like, meh?
I really did like the Minnesota Vikings. I just thought they could have done a little better.
I started watching 10 seconds of the Seahawk one, and I was like, yeah, I'm out on this.
Yeah. I didn't see theirs.
Well, that's where social media is now. Like,
yeah.
You got to grab me for 5 seconds.
There's got to be a good hook.
Mm-hmm.
Raiders did it. Chargers did it.
I think the first one on the Titans was those girls telling me the Indianapolis Colts were the Dallas Cowboys, and I was like, all right, I'll keep watching this.
Yep.
I'll keep watching this.
And again, don't change the recipe. If everybody's still buying the cookies, don't change the recipe, because polling idiots is a really, really, really good hook.
Was this part of that thing a few years ago? The Baltimore Ravens had some sort of video CGI thing with like a raven overlooking the stadium.
No,
was that something separate?
That was separate. That was if every stadium went by like what they actually were
and designed
their stadium
based off of their.
So it was like Edgar Allan Poe, like reinforced like the Gothic imagery of the Raven Stadium.
That's right, and I think it was built off what the Vegas Golden Knights were doing in the Stanley Cup,
and
with their light CGI laser thing on the
and a little
bit
of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, because the Bucks
have
they have the Jolly Roger. Is it the Jolly Roger? I think it.
I think you're right.
I think that's right.
This
but they have an actual pirate ship shooting cannons.
This woman in Nashville called the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the Pirates of the Caribbean Islands.
Added Islands, huh?
It's just called
Added
Pirate
Islands.
Ship.
It's just called Pirate
It's
Ship?
just called Buccaneers Pirate Ship.
I thought they had a name for it. Maybe they did and got sued. I don't know.
She added the islands to it.
Yeah, that's weird. Does anybody actually say, I'm going to the Caribbean Islands? You're going to the Caribbean.
Only time in my life that I say Caribbean is the ride at Disneyland in those movies.
Yeah.
Every other time every time I say Caribbean.
Parlay. That's the
Parlay.
one. Parlay.
But that franchise and the ride at Disneyland is Caribbean.
Yeah,
but if I talk about baseball players from the Caribbean, it's always Caribbean.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
I think I got a little swag in me. I like to enunciate and pronounce correctly.
Well, I mean, I they whited it up for the ride.
Yeah, they did.
Caribbean.
You
Caribbean.
ever been on Pirates of the Caribbean?
Mm-hmm.
My favorite ride.
Which is kind of funny because the people who talk like that are close to the Caribbean.
It's actually my favorite ride at Disneyland.
It's scary now.
You think it's real life?
No, it's old.
Yeah.
It's old.
Some weird animatronics staring at you.
That water's got a little bit of a stench to it.
Yeah.
That's a long time to have that water rolling.
Have you ever gone down the rabbit hole of like the old animatronics that are making kind of a comeback and how terrifying they are?
I'm good.
Like Charles Entertainment Cheese and like those era of animatronics.
Ooh. What was it, the Friday Night at Freddy's pretty much?
Yeah, man. You actually go back and look at them and like, what the hell were we thinking? These things are terrifying. Like, what on earth?
I already sometimes struggle to sleep at night. I don't need that.
Seeing them now, like in their like animatronic graveyards, it's like that's nightmare fuel, man.
It kind of looks like dead bodies.
Yeah,
that aren't decomposing.
And then you just see the eyes flip open. You're like, ah! It's like, no, I'm good.
They're all dismembered too. You got limbs hanging off.
They try to hype these games up the most. Let's take a peek at primetime winners and losers and see who gets the cool stuff and who doesn't get the cool stuff. We'll stay in the NFL. There's Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by A&E Plumbing, Heating and Air, serving Portland, Southwest Washington, and the Gorge. Online at aneheatingandcooling.com. It's hard to stop a train. First on the Fan, round 2 of the PGA Championship at Arana Mink Golf Club in Pennsylvania is underway. Some important tee times for you as your current leader, Aldridge Potgieter. He teed off just after 9 a.m. as he is 5 under through 9. Hideki Matsuyama has climbed his way up the leaderboard as he finished the day 3 under through 18. The group of Colin Morikawa, Victor Hovland, and Shane Lowry, they are all wrapped up for the day. For Morikawa, he finished the day 2 over. The group of Brooks Koepka, Xander Schauffele, and Tyrell Hatton are over on hole 5 right now as we're getting things into full swing. And as it stands right now, the projected cut line sits at 3 over. Some NBA news for you as the Detroit Pistons hope to avoid elimination as they will take on the Cavaliers in Cleveland for Game 6. And over in the Western Conference, the San Antonio Spurs hope to wrap up the series versus the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight at 6:30. And finally, your Portland Timbers face off against Messi and Inter Miami in South Beach this Sunday. Make sure to catch all your Timbers game day coverage on 105.1 FM and 1080 AM when pregame starts at 2 p.m. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour.
Closing arguments coming up next to send you on your way into a weekend. Should be a nice little weekend around here. We'll have basketball over the weekend. Well, maybe not. Do you count watching basketball tonight as the weekend?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Close enough?
Yeah.
When I walk out of this place, I'm gone.
Oh yeah.
I'm gone.
Oh yeah.
Like
no.
the Pistons game, that's at 4, so that's
It's a little
kind of
early.
But the Spurs game, that's at 6:30.
That's
100%.
The 4 o'clock is like I'm starting to prep for dinner. Like that's usually about 4 o'clock is when I start like getting stuff out and like anything I've got to prep or like something I'm going to cook alongside because I usually have dinner ready by like 5:30.
Oh, you're an old person.
Well, lady likes to eat a little earlier, so
she's an old person.
Yeah, she won't eat past 7.
Oh, if I had my way, I'd eat at 7:30 every night.
It's me as well.
Yeah.
But she's very much she wants at least a 4-hour window before bed. 'Cause she goes to bed 10.
I will most likely start cooking dinner when the Wolves-Spurs game starts.
Okay.
And then at about halftime, baby, you know what it's time for.
Yeah, and, during the season,
Drinking.
non-game nights, I'm usually in bed by 10:30 now.
I am too.
But I get up at 5:45 to 6 every morning. So
I have a confession to make. The last few days, I've gone to bed at 10:15 and woken up at 7:30.
Ooh. And you're feeling great, aren't you?
I feel awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fat and lazy, but I feel great.
Yeah, no, I've got that Oura ring with a little tracker. It tells me I think on average I get 7 hours and 15 minutes of sleep.
No alarms either.
Yeah, I don't play that game.
I sleep roulette.
Yeah, no, I don't play that game. Because I will, like you talking about you're getting some sleep. My body's like, hey, dude, you beat the crap out of yourself at the gym the other day. You need 10 hours of sleep. Mm-hmm. And sometimes that will happen.
We'll probably get to the cool primetime games here during closing arguments. But first and foremost, the teams with no primetime games in the 2026 regular season. Do we have any issues with no Dolphins, Jets, Titans, or Cardinals?
No. Absolutely none.
Not at all.
Not a little bit about Cam Ward?
No.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah, those other teams are bad.
They're really bad.
The Dolphins this year might be the worst team I've ever seen.
They're going to be up there.
I think they have a chance to be the worst team I've ever
seen.
seen.
They're also incredibly young, too.
No.
Okay.
I think their entire roster averages about 27 to 28 years old.
I just didn't know that they had a roster.
They're not the worst roster. There's been some really bad, obviously, Lions teams, but there's been some really bad Cardinal teams, too.
I think it's safe to say that the most egregious team on this list is one that I did not mention. The Las Vegas Raiders have 0 primetime games as of right now in 2026.
Which is pretty surprising.
Look, Cam Ward might not have been a sexy number 1 overall pick. Fernando Mendoza just won a Natty and a Heisman.
There's a little more juice to him.
And he's going to start at some point.
And look, the Raiders are infinitely better on paper than the Titans.
Definitely.
Like they, again.
Of these 5 teams, I got the Raiders doubling up all their win totals. The Titans might be better this year.
I bet you the Raiders line is probably 6.5.
That's a good line.
I think that's a pretty spot on line.
I think if the Raiders won 6 or 7 games this year, that would be. I think you're happy in that direction. I think Kubiak's happy if Mendoza goes out there because Mendoza's going to play. Whether Kirk eventually stinks enough that he has to be replaced or he inevitably gets hurt, Mendoza's going to play. And if you tell me the Raiders win 7 games, I think you're on the right track.
5.5.
Personally, I would lose all the games one more time if I'm the Vegas Raiders, snag Jeremiah Smith, and then move on.
So,
personally, that's what I would do.
First over-unders, Cardinals and Dolphins, dead last 4.5. Jets and Raiders,
I'll take the under on both
5.5.
of those. Can I parlay the under on both of those?
Yeah, the Dolphins have the youngest roster in the NFL. The average age is 25.18.
Damn, that's young.
Arch Manning, come on down.
They don't have a single O lineman or defensive lineman over the age of 29.
That's crazy. That's a really young team. That's an NBA age team.
Yeah,
that's weird.
You think they want Arch Manning or Dante Moore?
Arch.
Arch is big.
Yeah.
You want the best winner.
The best winner? That might be Dante.
Between the two of them, yeah, you'll probably take Dante.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a note on the wall.
that Patrick thinks you should take Dante Moore over Arch Manning.
Then I might have to put a note on the wall for that Titans are vastly worse than the Raiders. I might take the Titans.
I might take the Titans, too. They might be a sneaky good for these bad teams.
Robert Saleh hasn't had a defense that hasn't
and Brian
been in
Dable.
top 10.
And Brian Dable. I want to see what Dable does back in the OC chair. Some guys are meant to be OCs. Some guys are meant to be DCs. Steve Spagnuolo, not a head coach. Hall of Fame defensive coordinator.
Titans and Browns are at 6.5 wins. Titans playing a pretty dog water division.
I think if you're the Titans, if you go over and you get 7 wins akin to the Raiders, I think that's a successful season for them.
Sure. The group in here I find interesting is the 7.5 wins: Falcons, Panthers, Colts, Saints, Giants, Commanders.
Colts is tough because we don't know the situation with Daniel Jones. So
They
that
also
makes
lost a lot of defensive talent.
so that makes it a little tough for me.
They also lost Michael Pittman.
I wouldn't touch an over-under with the Colts. You said the Commies were on there as well. The Falcons and the Panthers, yeah, we'll see. Do the Panthers take a step forward? Do they regress a little bit?
Does Jaden Daniels still have a question mark as far as the injuries?
Exactly. Who else was in that 7.5?
Falcons, Panthers, Colts, Saints, Giants, Commanders.
Yeah, the Commies are in. Saints and Giants, dude, you guys win 8 games this year. Again, I think that's a win.
Yeah.
I think that's a win for both. I'm holding out that the Giants win like 10. So I might actually put coin on that.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints win the division.
Old shuck, huh?
Your Steelers, 8.5.
Yeah, that's about right.
Mediocrity.
Again, we'll sit right at that line, hit 10 wins, and call it a year.
The 2 teams with the highest over-unders. Do you know who they are?
Give
two
me
teams at 11.5 wins.
Give me the Buffalo Bills.
No.
Philly.
Give me the Los Angeles Rams.
Yes.
And give me the Seattle Seahawks. Really?
Houston?
Oh, the Chicago Bears.
Nope.
Oh.
I don't know why. I haven't looked at their schedule. That's the one thing I'm looking at this. I haven't looked at this team's schedule yet.
Is it Dirt's Cowboys?
Nope.
Okay.
Cowboys are at 9.5, I believe. Nope. Where'd they go? I just saw them. Where'd they go?
9.5 feels like an insult to Cowboys.
Yeah, 9.5
fans
for Cowboys. Yeah. It's the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens and the Rams are the only 2 teams with 11.5 win over-under.
So that means that they have to sweep at least 2 teams in the AFC North. That's never happened.
But it is doable. Cleveland's buns. Cincinnati's a question mark. Pittsburgh's mediocrity.
Here's the crazy thing.
And Cleveland has Myles Garrett, and their O-line got worse.
And I just can't put money on Lamar right now. I just can't. It's Jaden Daniels to me. I got to see it, bud.
Bengals are at 9.5. I was a little surprised by that. I know we're talking schedule release, but I'm just looking at these over-unders. These just got released a couple hours ago because schedule obviously just came out.
Well, again, that's just banking on Joe Burrow doing Joe Burrow things, but they're going to give up 30 points a game.
Yeah,
so
but am I banking? Yeah, am I banking on that offensive line to do offensive line things too? Is Jake Browning making an appearance this year?
The list of 10.5 is a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Well, that's your Niners, your Seahawks, your Bears, Packers.
Bears are not there. Packers are. Bears are 9.5. So it's Bills, Lions, Packers, Chiefs, Chargers, Eagles, 49ers. Think about that. Lions, Packers,
big
and
jump
Bears.
for the Chargers.
Oh my!
Lions, Packers, and Bears are all 9.5 or higher.
That's a big jump for the Chargers. I know they got McDaniels, and I know that they're getting a lot of health back. How much is really changing in their identity?
It's time to nut up or shut up.
Also, the Vikings are at 8.5. So if you want to know who everybody thinks is the best division in football, there you go.
There you go. We'll have it right there.
The worst team in your division is at 8.5.
Dude, Herbie, man, he's going to the Super Bowl.
Vikings.
I know. I was just coming back to the Chargers.
Oh, Chargers.
Yeah. Did you know that Justin Herbert has been in more music videos than playoff wins?
So one.
I saw that and I was like, that's such a low blow.
There's a lot of things that you just find with one. One.
It is true.
I've had more energy drinks today than Justin Herbert has playoff wins.
Ouch. All right, let's not do that. When we come back, let's take a peek at primetime games. There's some juicy ones, and we'll debate, are these juicy games? How do we know if they're juicy games? 105.1 The Fan.
It's time for Easy Play, brought to you by Home Z, making home improvement easy.
Lassiter, left-footed strike, and a beauty! Ari Lassiter, his second goal of the season, and it's a nickel for Portland at Providence Park.
Fletcher Johnson on the call. You heard that right here. Ari Lassiter joined the party against Kansas City. Continuing this streak. Look, something I said yesterday. If you win at home and you draw on the road, you're going to be a pretty stinking good team. We'll see if they can draw or take a sneak win and get them valuable 3 points against Miami this weekend. 2 o'clock pregame, 3 o'clock kick. This easy play brought to you by Homesy. Use Homesy's online calculator to estimate your projects instantly. Make it easy. Call Homesy. That's Homze. Homesy.com.
We just finished our roof and siding with home.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Give you a little update here on the PGA Championship. Let's see. Polgeider, is that how you say his name, Casey?
Potgieter.
Potgieter is your leader at 5 under today. Smalley -4. A decent little log jam at -3, including Hideki Matsuyama. And then a big one at -2, Cam Young, Justin Thomas, Scotty Scheffler, Jason Day. Let's see. And then a huge one at -1. Looks like the cut is going to be +3, which right now would eliminate Shane Lowry, Brant Snedeker, Tommy Fleetwood. Dude, Bhatia, man, he had a good day yesterday and just fell apart. Robert McIntyre, Stuart Sink, Victor Hovland, etc., etc., and yes, Bryson DeChambeau.
Pot Geeter sounds like crappy food from the UK.
He's from South Africa.
I know, but I mean, I hear pot geeter. I'm like, that's something somebody in some like northern England town is trying to tell me. No, you got to try it. It's like beans on toast.
I know a few Irish people who've definitely tried to put me onto a meal or two like that.
Yeah. You're like, nope, don't trust you. You're from that island. Your food sucks.
Primetime games, Danny. You want Sunday night or Monday night?
I mean, most of those are good.
They all look really good.
Like most of the Monday night, Sunday night games on paper are good. The Thursday night games, there's a couple. The Wednesday night games, there's like 2, I think they're good. But like most of the non-Sunday Monday games suck.
There is Ravens-Falcons Week 5 on Sunday Night Football.
I can get down for that. I can get down for some bird action. Yeah.
Okay.
I got a soft spot in my heart for the Falcons. I don't know why.
Why,
great jerseys.
Yeah. Why am I blanking?
They've got skill players.
Why am I blanking on their head coach's name?
Raheem Morris?
No, Cleveland. He came from Cleveland.
Oh, that's right.
Stefanski.
Yeah, Kevin
sorry.
Stefanski.
Duh.
I like Stefanski. I want to see what he does
Why did
down
I
there.
just totally forget that he got fired?
I'm curious to see what a 2-time Coach of the Year can do down there in
And let me see what Penix can do.
I think I'm out on Penix.
You were out on him long before that.
That's true.
I've never been in on left-handed quarterbacks. Lefty quarterbacks, I think it's very easy for defensive coordinators to start to scheme against you.
Yeah.
Unless you're Steve Young.
Also, but I mean, Penix can spin it. I just like watching him throw the ball.
Do I really have to get rid of my hatred towards UW players? I don't have to.
I mean, I hate Notre Dame, but like Tim Brown he's a Golden Domer.
I played for your team.
I know, but still.
I've let up on Brandon Roy over the years.
There you go.
He's the only Husky I've ever rooted for.
That's fair.
I saw that Isaiah Thomas is now a scout, pro, coach, thingamajigger for the Boston Celtics.
Well, after Danny Ainge destroyed his hips, sure.
I was like, why? Thursday night games.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. KC Rams could be good December 3rd. The problem is I don't know if any of these teams are going to be any good.
Yeah, I have moved.
San Francisco Chargers. That could be a great game.
Thursday night games are really tough because you can't predict where people will be at by the time that they play their Thursday night game.
And in short weeks, I just don't. It's like, But not only that, I am firmly out on the Chiefs until they actually win games again.
That might be a fair point.
I don't care. It's cue Chiefs honking 3-2-1 on the text line. I don't care. Like I heard it from you all season last year. No, get healthy, get right, and show me that Kelsey Mahomes still have it.
Sometimes when I look at these things, I realize what events are on certain dates. Week 17, Ravens at Bengals is New Year's Eve. Are we watching NFL on New Year's Eve? I thought that was a big college football weekend now.
Well, I mean, it is, but also New Year's Day.
NFL is not allowed to play on New Year's Day.
Yeah, I know. 100%.
I will die on that hill.
No, it's gross. Stay away. Stay away from.
I will die on that
Stay
hill.
away from NBA days. Stay away from college football days. Just stop. Just trying to pee on everything.
I wonder which team we think is going to be good, like we just assume will be good, that will be Buns this year.
I mean, it happens every year. You get a worst to first every year.
I don't think it's Buffalo. I don't think it's Chicago. I don't think it's Denver, although Denver would be a sneaky pick in that. I think we all assume Denver's going to be good again.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be probably the second toughest division in football.
And taking a step back is different than being Buns.
Yeah, no.
Do people think New England's going to be as dominant as they were?
Nope,
not as dominant, but I still think they're going to be good.
I'm out on the New England Patriots.
Yeah, I think they're in the 9.5 win range. I don't know if I would take that over. I'd really have to look at their schedule before I took that over, but that line feels spot on.
Closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit LeskinLaw.com for more information. Leskin Law's one-day divorce mediation, peace treaties, not war plans. Have a wonderful weekend, y'all. We'll catch you back on Monday. For Danny Marang, that's Casey Smith. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.